Side video.
Alright, take it, bro. Just started, alright? Okay. Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, Rakak, Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. Salutation and much love. You all came out here pushing out this word and truth and sincerity. And, you know, out here in Tampa Bay, Florida, once again, out here to preach the gospel of the Bible, all right, of YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, all right, to warn our people of the coming calamities. And the main prophecy that is coming, all right, is the destruction of America, all right. And before that, you're gonna have a lot of calamities going on around the earth, all right, pestilence, famine, all right, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, all right. But you know, today, you know, we're gonna start off in the destruction that's coming to this place, man.
I got a quick preset for this.
All right.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come."
Check the feet.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why, like the brother was just saying, that's why we come out here on the highways and byways and we talk to you and we preach unto the nations, all right, the coming destruction, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, we talk about the salvation, all right, because all of that all these words of YAHAWASHI have to get pushed out to the four corners, and then the end shall come, man. All right?
And that's how you know that we're at the end times, man. Because what the word is around the four corners through the media, or the online media, YouTube, all right, social media. All right, has catapulted this word to be spread through the four corners of the earth, man. Get Psalms 19. Because this is how the word's going to go to the four corners of the earth. All right, it's not. All right, when that was said, all right, they were still in the Middle East out there, man. And Yahawashi told that to his disciples.
Book of Psalms, chapter 19. What, start from the top?
Yeah.
This is Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. It says, "The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork."
That's right, man. Go ahead.
Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
That's right. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night uttereth knowledge, man. Because what? You can get on the internet any time of the day, all right, 24/7, and watch the Hebrew Israelite videos, man. You can get this word anywhere as long as you got some kind of internet connection, which internet is everywhere, right? You got Wi-Fi, all right? You got 4G, 5G everywhere, man. Even in shithole countries, as Trump said, you know, you have internet there, man. All right. So there's really no excuse for you not to know that the end was coming. Go ahead.
This is verse 3. "There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard."
That's right, because you got brothers that speak all kinds of languages, man. Speak in different tongues. You got brothers that speak English, Spanish, Dutch, Italian, French, Romanian, sign language. Literally, if you can't even hear, you can still get this word, man. You can be deaf and you can still get the word. All right, you can, and if they say that you don't speak any of those languages, well, guess what? They got subtitles, so you're gonna get the gist of it at the very least. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 4. "Their line is going out through all the earth."
See, the line has gone out through all the earth, man. Because what if you look at how the internet connection works, man? When they show it to you on like a CGI thing, it's like a web, you know, with lines leading to other. This line leads to that country, and that country. You know what I'm saying? So it's a web, man. That's why they called it the World Wide Web. Online, you go online when you get on the internet. You know. Go ahead.
"And their words to the end of the world, in them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chambers, and rejoices as a strong man to run a race."
That was it on that.
You want to get verse 6? By the circuit to the ends of it.
Yeah.
This is verse 6. "His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuits unto the end of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof." You know, and that's talking about the internet, man. All right, these satellites getting them signals. All right, because you get a computer that's wireless or whatever, it might be plugged into the wall on a internet
Ethernet cord.
Yeah, Ethernet cord. All right, but that signal's getting sent up to these satellites, and then it's getting brought down to wherever other places getting watched at, man. All right, so let's talk about them circuits, man. All right,
that's right, man. You know, and that's why you're not gonna have no excuse, man, of the upcoming, the pending doom, man. All right, the destruction of America. You're not gonna be able to tell the Most High that you didn't know, because you either saw a video online, you walked past the prophets of the Lord, all right, you heard the prophecies coming out. All right, get Malachi 4:1.
I got a quick precept real quick. Back up the brother real quick. This is John, St. John, chapter 15, verse 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. But now they have no cloak for their sin.
And that's when YAHAWASHI was on the scene. But now he's not here. But what? He sent out his prophets, man, to warn you, to tell you to get right. All right, to wash the hands off our blood. So you're not going to have no cloak for your sins, because we're telling you what's right and what's wrong through the Holy Scriptures, man. All right, so you're not going to be able to try to justify yourself and say, well, you didn't know this, you were misled, whatever. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the deceiver are in the hands of the Lord. All right, and when the Lord brings utter destruction upon this place, He's not gonna be hearing no excuses, man. He's just coming to bring destruction and salvation to a certain elect. All right, go ahead.
This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
That's right. The Bible says, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All right? The Lord didn't say that He's coming to bring roses and high fives and hugs to everybody. He said that He's going to bring the day that's going to burn like an oven. All right, what's going to make this place burn like an oven? These nuclear missiles that are being prepared around the four corners of the earth. You got North Korea over there testing short-range missiles. You got Russia making stockpiles of ICBMs, man, and America as well, man. We talk about Russia a lot, their missiles, but guess what? America ain't too far behind, man. America got a large supply of nuclear missiles, all right. But guess what? America's gonna be the place of great destruction. All right, 200 million missiles are gonna hit America, and each and every one of you that want to continue in your folly and disobey the Lord, you're gonna die in those missiles.
Right.
You don't even make it. You might starve to death. You might get shot in the face by a martial law troop. All right, because great judgment is coming to America.
That's right. And all the proud, ye and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
That's right. All the proud and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, man. So all these proud to be an American, all right, proud this and proud the Pride Parade. All right, all you Americans are proud as hell. So guess what? The Lord said that you're gonna be stubble in that day, man. All right, you're gonna be missile food. You're going to be disintegrated upon your feet. Get Zechariah 14 real quick. No, there's more on that. Read that again from the proud and the wicked.
And all the proud and all that do wicked shall be stubble.
That's right, man. Go ahead.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
That's right, man. The day that's coming is going to burn you up. The day of the Lord, when the Lord returns, that's going to be a day of vengeance. A day of either salvation or death, man. Right? Because the Lord ain't coming back to plead with you or to reason with you, so to say, because He is coming to plead with all flesh. All right, but He's coming to give you your judgment, man. At that time, if you wait till the Lord returns to try to get right, it's too late. All right, when you see the chariots in the sky and you try to get right, it's gonna be too late, man. Right, because that's the day that it's gonna be burning like an oven. All right, nuclear destruction. We're talking about thermonuclear destruction, man. These missiles burn like 20 million degrees, man. And you're gonna feel every degree of it, man. Right. They talk about first degree and second degree burns, man. That ain't nothing compared to what the Lord is gonna do to you people. You got that, Zechariah?
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
God, this is gonna be the plague, man, that the Lord is gonna send that against all the people that fight against Jerusalem. And it's not talking about those gutter rats over there in the land of Israel right now. All right, it's talking about Jerusalem, which is a people before a place, man. All right, so anybody that's been fighting against us throughout the centuries is gonna be destroyed, man. All right, including 2/3 of our own people. Go ahead.
their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
And here's a perfect example of what it's going to be like, man. That movie, Terminator Judgment Day. All right? They named it Judgment Day for a reason, man, because they know when the Lord returns, that's going to be the judgment. That's going to be the judgment day, man. And that's what it's going to look like for a lot of these people out here in America, man. It's going to be, they're going to be standing upon their feet, man. Read that again, Bob.
Says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet,
Yeah.
and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
That's right. So it said, while you stand upon your feet. So when you're dead, you're not standing upon your feet, all right? You're laying flat. So what that's saying is you're going to be alive to feel these missiles burn you up.
That's right.
All right? That's thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
And then what did it say about the eyeballs? The ice?
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
You hear that? So your eyes and your tongues are going to be burned up by these thermonuclear missiles right before you get put to death by a slow, painful, fiery death, man. That's what the Lord got in store for a lot of you damn devils out here, man.
Right.
And these devils, man, they're two nationalities, Edomites. All right, there's no such thing as white people. All right, ain't no white people gonna be destroyed by missiles, but a lot of people, a lot of Edomites is gonna be destroyed by missiles because the white is gonna be saved, man. Like the scriptures say, many shall be purified and made white. All right, in the book of Daniel, chapter 12. All right, the real white ones are gonna be called up into them chariots to meet the Lord in the air. But these red Hebrew Edomites, they're gonna be down here getting their judgment. All right, and if they happen to make it, happen to escape the fiery destruction of the Lord, then you're going straight into slavery. That's what the Lord got coming for you red Hebrew Edomites. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from YAHAWAH shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor.
Yeah, that's going into really before the time of those missiles, man, or the missiles. Before the time of the missiles, man, you're gonna wish that you get put to death in that time, though, and a lot of people will. But guess what? A lot of people is allotted for the missiles. You got something, brother?
Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of the Lord YAHAWAH is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
That's right, man. So the Bible's saying that on the day of the Lord, even the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. All right, so what's this that they're telling you in the churches that they can't wait? Get that. What is it to you? Desire the day of the Lord.
Amos 5.
Yeah, because you got people really wishing upon the day of the Lord, and really they don't know what the day of the Lord consists of, man. The day of the Lord consists of death and destruction.
And I'll read the next verse. I got to read the next verse before you get there. Verse 15. It says, that day is a day of wrath.
A day of wrath, man. When the Lord shows his wrath, it doesn't seem too friendly, man. When the Lord showed his wrath unto the Israelites, man, he almost utterly destroyed them, man. So what do you think he's going to do on this last go around? Go ahead.
A day of trouble and distress.
A day of trouble and distress. That doesn't sound something that you want to be part of, man. Because that's why we hasten for the day of the Lord, because what? We want salvation, but we don't want to taste none of that wrath, man. We want to be able to spectate it, but we don't want to be a part of that destruction, man. We don't want to be a part of the 2/3, man, getting beat down in the streets, shot down, race riots. Now we want to be hidden in that time, man.
Right.
We want to have the shadow of the Lord protecting us, man. We want to just be able to sit back and watch this thing unfold. You know, maybe sip some yayan. You know, while people are getting their brains bashed in the streets, you hear babies crying in the distance, and they just silence. Gunshots in the distance, women hollering because they're getting raped to death. Right, we don't want no part of that, man. We just want to be, but wait, hey, when the Lord gives us that power to be part of it, you best believe we coming out to take heads off, man. All right, when that time of Jeremiah 16:16 comes about.
I got a quick one. Quick.
A day of darkness.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
It says a day of wasteness and desolation.
Yeah, a day of wasteness and desolation, man. Because what? A whole of America is going to be wasted, man. And it's going to become desolate.
A day of darkness and gloominess.
A day of darkness and gloominess, man. There ain't going to be no light out here, man. Ain't nobody going to have the answers in that time. All right, the time to get the answers is now. All right, before the Lord removes himself from this place. All right, before he hides his face from these, from what you see right now, man. Because really, you see in the YAHAWASHI outside right now, man. Because we're his ambassadors, man. his messengers. And when the Lord removes us off the streets and off the internet, you're screwed, man. You're going to have to fend for yourself in that day. So that's why we're warning you of the coming destruction. Hey, because what? That's what watchmen do. Watchmen are set up to watch and blow the horn, blow the trumpet when they see upcoming destruction, all right, upcoming calamities. All right, and what we see is 100% chance of raining nuclear missiles, man. All right, we're the spiritual weathermen, and we're warning you of a storm coming, man. And it's gonna drop like it's cloudy with a chance of missiles, man. Because it's gonna be a dark and gloomy day. And guess what's gonna be coming out of them clouds? Laser beams and nuclear missiles. All right, that's gonna be the end of America, man. America's not gonna be great again. All right, you're not getting your 401k. You're gonna get a missile. That's what you're gonna get, or you might starve to death. Go ahead.
A day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers.
That's right, man. All these cities with missile defense systems, all right, nice little militaries, all that's going out the window when the Lord returns, man. All right, because the Lord, you know, He's gonna have these countries shoot missiles upon each other. But guess what, man? The Lord, when He comes, He's coming to subdue everybody, man. All right, that's why they're gonna fight against Him. But what? It's gonna be a landslide victory for the Lord.
That's right.
The Lord's gonna come to subdue everybody and anybody, man. If you ain't with Him, the true Heavenly Father and His Son, according to the Bible, you're gonna receive death and destruction.
That's right. 2 more verses. Go ahead. Verse 17. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahawah, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
Read that again, Baba. Sorry about that.
None. It says, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
That's right, man. So these people's blood is gonna be as dust out here, man. And mainly because they're gonna be beaten to powder, man. All right, like I think it's in second Esdras. That all you're gonna be able to smell is what is it?
Oh, 13.
The
Second
dust?
is 13. Yep.
Yeah. Somebody want to get that?
Yep.
Because that's all you're gonna be able to smell, man. Like that movie World of Worlds, all right, where the laser beams was beating the people into powder, man. Their clothes were just falling, and they just became dust, man. They became disintegrated. That's what's gonna happen in these last days, man. It's gonna be the realest horror flick you've ever seen in your life, man. And you're gonna be living it. You're gonna be a part of it. The starring role, and every one of these 2/3 and simpletons out here in America is gonna have a star role in that movie, man. Okay, you got to bring it out.
The brother had it. Whoever got it.
I'm holding that hand.
Yeah, keep it holding.
It's us. Where you gonna start at? Like, I started
Like 9.
Gotta start from the top. I was gonna say 5. Let's start from 5. All right. Second Esdras 13 verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain.
And this talking about the one I call Jesus Christ. All right, YAHAWASHI, man. And that great mountain talking about the chariot. All right, the fathership that He's going to return on. All right, because the Lord, you know, a misconception is that the Lord's just going to come floating out the sky on a pillow, okay, or with wings on His back, man, like yeah. The Lord is coming with what you ignorantly call UFOs, chariots of the Lord. All right, just like in the movie Independence Day, that big chariot. All right, that everybody saw, and everybody stood still when they saw it. They couldn't do nothing but just stand there in fear. Go ahead.
Con. But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
That's right. So Esdras is looking for that where it begins or where it ends. And he couldn't, man. That's how big it's gonna be, man. The end of the ship is far beyond what your physical eyes can see, man. That means because I forgot the exact number, but your eyes can see for a certain amount of miles, and he couldn't even see the end of the ship. So that goes to show you how big the ship is, man.
Hey, I was gonna say, to give a visual representation of that, that's like in the movie Independence Day, all right? So if you was around these buildings, like we just seen a big ass ship back there.
Yeah, it's a spirit right there.
It's just like so big in the space that we was at. You
looking
could see
at
the whole
that.
thing, but going back to but just imagine seeing this. You looking up over top of the buildings, and you can't see where it starts and where it ends at. You know, as you looking up, you see from one end of the buildings to the other end, it's just a chariot, man. That was what they was depicting in that that scene in Independence Day, with the first sighting of the chariot when they was coming out throughout the clouds. All right.
It's gonna be much bigger than what they show in the movie, man.
Con.
It's gonna be, hey, cause all the elect's gonna be in that shit, man. All the elect is going up in that shit, and then there's gonna be many more other chariots, man.
Yep.
The scriptures tell you that the chariots of the Lord are 20,000. You know. So all these little mini ships, so to say, that you see every day in these videos, YouTube videos. You see the UFO sightings, those are just angels of the Lord, man. And people freak out just by seeing those, so imagine the father shit. Go ahead.
Verse 7, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. And yet there's fight.
That's right, man. So all these men that are going to come up against him, all the militaries of the earth, when the Lord returns, they're going to try to fight him. Even though they're going to be shitting their pants, scared as hell, not knowing what to do, the Lord's going to put the spirit on them. He's going to harden their hearts, man, to fight them.
Yep.
Right? They're not going to have no options, man. They're going to get their orders, and they're going to have to fight, man. With their little F-35s, all right, their little helicopters,
fighter jets,
submarines, all that's going to be horribly and miserably destroyed, man.
Go along with that. This is Isaiah chapter 13, and I'm going to get to the point, verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Right. All right. That, from fear, man. These men's hearts are going to be filling up from fear.
What was it in the next one? Verse 8. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
So these people are going to be bugging out when they see that, man. And it's because it's already going to be a lot of chaos taking place on the earth. All right, a lot of death and destruction. And then this is just going to be the icing on the cake when you see the chariots and the missiles coming simultaneously, man.
Back into something real quick, brother, because you was talking about how you said they were scared, but yet there's fight, and you said the Heavenly Father is going to be the one who's going to harden their hearts. In other words, He's going to make them fight against it. He's going to make them fight against YAHAWASHI and the angels of hope and the host of angels. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he harden them. All right, so He's going to put the spirit on them to want to fight against YAHAWASHI, just to go to show you, man, that I control them. You know, just like I controlled them to put you into slavery and to rule over you. That's what read out.
Man. Just like He did in the time of Egypt, man. Yep. He hardened their heart to come up against Israel. All right, and look, they utterly got consumed by that water, man. This time it's going to be by fire.
That's Isaiah the 13th chapter. It says Yahweh of hosts mustered up the
battle.
Yeah, mustered up the battle.
Yeah.
Dealing with, you know, they was afraid, but there's fight. This is Matthew 24 and verse 19 or 29. Slot. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
That's right. It's talking about the elites of this world, man. All right, all the stars of heaven are what it say? What else it say? The stars is what?
The spiritual. Because didn't I say that they exalt themselves above the stars? No. That's right.
Continue on verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Yep, and that's we'll keep going.
And then shall all tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
All right, and you look into you see that the word power or glory, one of those goes back to host. All right, so He's coming with His host, man, His military, the real army. All right, the real Air Force, whatever you want to call them, man. That's what the Lord is coming with, man.
If I may add, when He was walking the earth in the flesh, He said, no, it's not that I can call 12 legions. And if I think one legion is like 6,000 or 7,000 angels. You know, so, yeah, so, you know, so the Lord got that power, man.
Well, and now He's already received it
Yep.
in the heavens.
Second in command.
Yep.
Verse 31. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other end. You know, just to add in there, you're talking about that the Father shipping in those multiple ships, you know? Just like in the movie Independence Day, you know, they had that big ass ship, they went to go fight it, and then all of a sudden they seen all these smaller ships coming up out of it. You know, they was just as badass as the big ship, man. All right, so the Father, YAHAWASHI is coming back in what we call a so-called fathership, but with other ships as well, his band of angels as well.
Host, yeah, that's his host. And the inside of them chariots, man, they're limitless. And what is it? I think it's Psalms 19 or 18. King David went up in there and he said it was a big room, man. You know, so hey, who knows? They might look small, but what they can shrink, they can expand. So you know what? Who knows? It's like, you know, they show those movies. They go into a small little tent, and then inside the tent is a big ass house, man. And anything is possible with the Lord, man. Go back in that second.
All right, verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
That's right, man. So the Lord, he don't have to lift a finger, man. All right, he just got to think it, and that ship's going to be shooting sparks of fire at you, man. The Lord don't got to do nothing, man. But guess what? He gonna come and take heads off himself. But his ship is gonna be shooting laser beams. All right, all those other chariots are gonna be shooting laser beams without lifting a finger, man. Because hey, them ships, man, they probably connect to you, man. You know, all you gotta do is sit on the little personal throne in that ship and just think about it. Just think it, and it's moving. You know, you ain't got no joystick control. You know, ain't none of that. Ain't no,
yeah.
Shut it. You gotta turn it on. Yeah. Flip a bunch of switches to turn it on.
yeah. Hey, you said something that was very spiritual. You say he can think it, right? That's I'm not gonna tell a movie or whatnot, but Thanos, he get all them stones. All he got to do is snap his finger and bring life to the planet Earth. You know?
Population of living creatures.
Yeah. So like showing that power, you know, not the lift of the finger.
And it reads, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
That's gonna be them concentrated beams of light.
Yeah, it's one in Habakkuk where it say raise.
Oh yeah.
Raise, and you go into
I think the
that
third
word,
chapter.
Raise. No, it horns. It says horns.
Yeah.
If you go into that word horns, it means raise, a beam of light.
Yeah.
You know, concentrated fire.
And then that Psalms 18, where David, you know, first David was delivered because he was going to battle, and then he got caught up in the chariot. Well, it said that the chariot was shooting lightning, man. Which what is lightning? It's a concentrated source of light, man. And that's what those laser beams are gonna be, man. Because Esau, man, he could give you military grade laser. You could pop balloons and shit with them. You know, you blind somebody with them. So imagine the laser beams the Lord got, man. Go ahead.
It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest.
That's what's gonna make that light, that laser beam, man. Concentrated laser beam.
And I gave you that ingredient.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know they'll tell you that when you buy those little laser beams, they got like different levels. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like the ones you can't buy unless you're in the military, it's like 5 and up. But the Lord got limitless laser beams, man. They don't have to recharge or nothing. Like they don't have battery life on them. They just straight shooting, man. But beating people to powder, man. Go ahead. Unlimited power source, man. And the power source is going to be the man controlling the ship, and that's going to be connected to Yahweh.
That's right.
You know?
And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight.
Yeah, that's right, man. So it's gonna fall with violence on these militaries of the world. All right, the U.S. Army, the Russian Army, Pakistan, Iran, India, everybody's gonna get the smoke. All right, the Lord is coming to bring judgment on all the people that fight against him, all of them that fight against Jerusalem. All right, and all the nations have come up against us, including 2/3 of our own people, man. All right, because you got a lot of Jason that's gonna be in the military, man, when the Lord returns. And guess what? They're gonna get zapped to death as well. If they even make it, because you know World War III is gonna be a meat grinder, man. All right, the ones that are gonna make it to that battle is gonna be the pilots, man. The pilots that ain't seen action yet, man. Or they might just throw somebody in that just still in school, pilot school, man. The big Boeing 787 pilots, you know, like they did on Independence Day. Everybody was getting
Who here can fly a plane?
Yep. They got niggas dust croppers, you know. Farmers dusting their crops. They put everybody
bodies,
behind
boy.
the wheel, man. You're gonna need it, and because it's gonna be a lack of soldiers, man. Because most of them is gonna be maggot food by that time, man.
Yep.
They're gonna be part of the earth when the Lord returns. Yep. Go ahead.
Con. And fell with violence upon the great tempest, the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived.
Nothing's gonna be able to be perceived when the Lord returns. When He starts zapping people, all right, 'cause that's what the Lord's coming to do. He's gonna zap you, man. Go ahead.
But only dust and smell of smoke.
The only dust and smell of smoke is gonna remain when the Lord starts zapping you people, man. Zapping your mighty men of military. You're not, all you're gonna see is dust and the smell of smoke. You ever burn your eyebrows by accident? Or you ever smell burnt flesh? That's what you're gonna smell throughout the whole earth, right? Throughout the whole. Well, if you're here in America, you're gonna be smelling your own flesh burning.
Hey, I was gonna say a good example of the smoke and the flesh and all that was 9/11, man. When those buildings came down, that's all. Hey, man, you had all that solid material just turned to what? Dust and ash, smoke.
One question. What if you're wrong? All of you. What if you're wrong? Then what? Think about it.
Have a good day.
We'll take a chance. All right, you take care. Take care.
Drive safe.
Hey, isn't that? I think that's what they call the third stage of denial. Or no, wait, the third stage of suicide is denial, man. Go do your business, man. Go handle yourself. Yeah, exactly.
You know you're wrong.
But real quick, going back. Go ahead, brother.
Salaki. What it says in Proverbs the 18th chapter, it says, basically, it said, do not speak before you hear a matter. Because then you consider yourself a fool. He don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, he don't even know where he's at.
Right in between. That's the devil.
Yeah, it's a devil. He upset because America's not great again. That's why he upset.
And you see, that goes to show you a prime example of where Esau's faith is at. Esau's faith is in that he hopes we're wrong. You know. Meanwhile, our faith lies in whether we're going to be a part of the elect or not. We know these things are regardless whether we believe them to be or not.
We don't deal with what ifs. We deal with what is.
That's right.
And what is the scriptures.
He is. That's right.
So, you know, have a nice day. That's all we can tell you. You ain't gonna sit here and go back and forth with a nigga like that. That's a nigga.
That's a fucked up way of thinking anyway. If we wrong, what's gonna happen if we wrong? We gonna still be here.
Why you wasting your time? If we wrong,
no, I'm just saying, if we wrong, we're not gonna get hit with missiles. But if you wrong, your ass is missile food. So you might as well at least try to be on this side. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be wrong and have enough money than be wrong and be broke. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather be wrong and have dignity than to be a nigga in this world and be just a dirtbag.
Yeah. Everything collapsing and
we're wrong, but all this shit going on in the world.
Yeah. It's the same guy that sold his birthright.
Yeah, exactly.
Red as hell.
What's up, you're wrong with that?
It says, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Yeah, so even Ezra was afraid, man, when he saw this, man. And he was a man of the Lord. That's how scary that vision was that he received, man. He saw that vision and it was you know, it was life changing, man. Hey, you see a vision like that.
Like I was saying, 9/11. That's you know, you got a visualization of that right there. Because why? Them buildings came down and all those people, that material all turned to dust and smell of smoke. You had people running. All of a sudden they covered in dead bodies, cremated bodies and things like that. You seen the horror in their faces. They were screaming. They ain't never seen a whole skyscraper just fall on top of their ass. And people turned to straight dust in a matter They said those buildings fell in 8 seconds. So free fall speed. So free fall speed, all that material, all those bodies is turning straight dust, man. So imagine when the Lord come back and start zapping people like the brother was bringing out in that movie, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, but it's actually gonna be worse. Obviously, it's gonna be worse, but because some people actually survived that, man. Like not survived, but they pulled out dead bodies from the wreckage and shit, man. And some people were still alive under that. Ain't gonna be nobody alive after these invasions hit, man. Right now, not Mayweather. All right, not Donald Trump. Okay, nobody, man. And if you are escaping it, it's for slavery, man. The heathens are going into slavery.
It's pretty much like pick your poison. You know?
Yeah.
It says those that escape the famine shall die of the sword. You know, so exactly. It's like, how you want to die?
Verse 12. After I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude.
And now we'll keep going.
And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awake and said,
because not everybody's gonna be, when the Lord returns, not everybody's gonna die. Right? The elect's gonna be saved to 1/3. They're going in the ships. All right, but what? Not every country's gonna get hit with missiles, man. There's gonna be a lot of people that still remain. We can't give you an exact number, but what? The Lord got to come and subdue the nations, man. How he gonna do that if everybody dead? The elite of all these nations are gonna survive. All right, maybe even some 2/3, and we're gonna put them to death, obviously. All right. What else? You know, and then some of the 1/3 might be left here on Earth, man. They might be in the Amazon jungle, might be in some of these heathen countries, but they're, you know, the confusion of faces that don't get hit with a missile. You know, maybe in let's see, one of these islands in the not the Caribbean, the Philippines, yeah, around there, you know. So there's still gonna be people left. Yeah, Madagascar. So we're gonna go get them for the Lord, man. Right? We're gonna say, hey, you either serve the Lord, or you gonna you want the sword or the serve? Which one?
The Jakes down there in South America, when they see them ships, that's what they've been, all them folk tales they've been hearing for thousands of years. That's what they're gonna be waiting on, man. You go down there to Issachar, they got the, UFOs on their walls and shit, man.
What was it? Casaquadra?
So they gonna know, like, damn, this
is it.
This is him.
And then we're gonna have to break it down to
That's beautiful. Because in the spirit, there's a sarcophagus that actually, if you look at it, it's like it shows a cloud. If you look at it vertically, it shows a cloud and it shows fire, and there's a separation. But if you look at it horizontally, you will see the same man on the ship, and that fire is actually fire that's being propelled out, and that's him going into the sky. So that goes to show you that they know that they are actually UFOs. All right, and that sarcophagus, which is basically a carving that was put on it, that was done millennia ago. All right, and that's talking about the molecule.
And that's where you get most of them damn UFO sightings. Yeah, down there in South America area, man. Yeah.
Peru and Chile, they got a lot. Up there in the mountains, what is the Andes Mountains. Up there they have mad. People go up there just for vacation and hoping to see chariots, man. Well, you ain't gotta go too far. They coming to a town near you soon.
Con.
America just don't televise it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's everywhere, man. Go on YouTube, you'll be there all week. And you still ain't watched them all.
Hey, a lot of these sea captains of these barges and stuff, man, in the middle of the oceans, they be seeing the chariots, man. You know, my mother, she just came back from Puerto Rico not too long ago. And her boyfriend's buddy, he's actually a Coast Guard captain out there, so he'd be out in the ocean late at night. He was saying that he was seeing all types of UFOs out there. You know, they call it the Omnis over there in Puerto Rico, Omnis. All right, so they don't know what the hell he don't even know what that was, but he said he would see them coming in and out of the water, coming over his ship and just staying there for a while and then taking off. You know, so they're the chariots are everywhere, man. You can do it like that. I see that shit all day. USO, USO,
yeah, that's heavy out there in Puerto Rico, man. Them coming out of the water, they got a what is it? Lahas, nothing but chariots out there.
And then when they come out the water, they don't make a splash or nothing like that.
No noise, nothing. Yep. Because they're interdimensional, man. Yep. They can leave the dimension if they wanted to, so of course they can manipulate elements. Just like we gonna be able to
manipulate gravity and all that. That's how they get bust them turns like it's nothing.
That's why it says they turn where they weren't going. You know.
No,
And it said they shall enter into the house of the thief.
Yep.
It's Esau, man.
It's Esau's house.
Undetected.
Hey, I was gonna say one of the reasons that you really don't see UFOs here in America a lot is because not because they don't have them here, but it's because of most of these Americans you pan around, everybody's walking around like this.
Yep.
All right, we have to scream on you talking about look at the damn sky, look at the chemtrails. You know, people still think you bugged out. Oh, chemtrails don't exist. But any day, madness pass by. It's a reality here in Babylon, just any day, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't even have to be arguing about chemtrails, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you can walk out in any city and just look up and see it, all right? But then you got these people scoffing about seeing UFOs, like if you don't even notice chemtrails, all right? Because all day you walking around looking at your phone, everybody's looking down, all right? This is also another distraction for you people not to be able to see this here sign, man, because it's in the open, man, just like everything else. That's why the scriptures say, blessed are your eyes will see the things that you see, man. This is why you always see the men of the Lord, you know, they always have testimonies of, oh, man, I looked up at the right time and seen a chariot go over, man. I happened to just look out the window and see a chariot go over because we observe the things around us. Everybody else, hey man, I seen somebody following their GPS so damn much they was like literally drove right into the water, man. Yeah. They was just following it because they don't even want to look out the damn window, man. So how you gonna see any UFOs around here when you so steadily looking at your phone and your screen and stuff like that, man?
God, these people they call it text neck, man. They got their necks all fucked up because all they do is this, man. Looking down, man.
You got more on that on?
Yeah, there's more on that. Right. Yeah, hold on. You got something real quick?
Just a one real quick.
It's a lot of meat on this.
This is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 8. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows?
Because what do the chariots do? They fly, man. They fly like the clouds. You see the clouds, they'll be moving in the sky. You know, the birds, they'll fly from spot to spot. You know, what can do that, man? It ain't no damn a good like a hummingbird, man. A hummingbird, they can just maneuver like that, man. And that still can't touch the chariots. That was it. You got something?
Psalm 104, verse 3. It says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the water? Who maketh the clouds his chariots? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind?
Right, man. Who maketh the clouds his chariots, man? That's why when YAHAWASHI got beamed up into the clouds, guess what that was? That was a chariot, man. It wasn't a real cloud, man. An actual cloud. All right, it was a chariot. That's the breakdown right there, man.
That's it.
All right, just like, all right, we're going to be called into the clouds. All right, we're not going into the clouds, man. We're going into chariots. All right, the instruments of our salvation, man.
Hey, because what's happening is Esau can't control it no more. Because in the old days, you know, there wasn't things like cameras and stuff like that. You know, most of these sightings, they become classified military documents. You know, so they take the videos down, you know, until they're, you know,
make up some lies.
Yeah, make up some lies pretty much. But now Esau, like the video Apostle Tar did about how they got to there got to be a new way how they turn in UFO sightings now. Because it's too frequent, too often, and they can't control it. Esau, you know, like not controlling stuff. You know, that's his biggest fear because it's his pride.
That's right, man. And that's how Esau's a devil, man. Hey, ain't no damn chariot crash. A chariot of the Lord, this shit can go into different dimensions, go in the water without making ripples, but it crashed. The angel was drinking and driving. So he crashed and they pulled out a little green guy, you know.
Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Yeah, people actually believe this, man. People really
I used to believe
this.
that shit. I'm like, oh shit, it's been crazy.
Some bullshit. Watching videos. Oh, I found a video. They got an alien on the table and shit. I'm like, come on, man. Shit, really? Yeah, man. Lollipop head, yeah.
I got a precept real quick.
Yeah, that's what's easy.
I got something.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. As birds flying, so will YAHAWAH Bashim YAHAWASHI of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also he will deliver it, and passing over it, he will preserve it.
That's right, man. That's how he's going to come. He's going to come flying and
That's
to
birds.
save us, man.
That's right. That's right.
Where it talks about that they fly like the doves.
Because if I may add real quick, a lot of people say, what are you going to do in the times we're coming into, man? It's not about what we're going to do. All right, the Heavenly Father already told us what He's going to do, man. All right, our job is to teach this word and hope into the end. You know.
Hey, that's spiritual because the scripture says, "Think not on tomorrow." And we worry about what we're gonna be doing right now. We don't even know we're gonna see tomorrow. Okay,
that's right.
We're doing what the Lord told us to do right now before those days come.
That's right, man.
So you should be doing the same thing. While you're inquiring about what we're gonna do, you should be inquiring about what you should be doing so that you can get salvation.
That's right, man.
While you try to make an excuse.
And that's what's the problem of this chapter, how that should be a mental strangeness about salvation. Getting beaten up, that's strange to these people because they think, aliens, these fairy folk tales, they don't understand that these are vehicles of YAHAWASHI.
And what's spiritual is that, they'll sit at home, or they'll sit at home eating popcorn or eating Breyer's ice cream, watching an hour and 30 long movie that's sci-fi. But when we tell you the same things in the Bible, y'all crazy. Or you'll sit at home on your TV screen and watch the same thing we're talking about.
Yep.
That's a hypocrite.
Back in 2nd Ezra 13 verse 14, thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer.
Receive your prayer. Where it said the prayer of the
humble pierceth the clouds.
Sirach 35. To those things being revealed, UFOs, so-called UFOs is a great mystery. And everybody's saying, what is those in the sky? What's in the sky? But the man of the Lord know these things,
And prior to coming into the truth, we always had that theory, like it's something else out there, out of this world.
Something they ain't telling us.
Yeah, and when you get into the truth, it all makes sense. Like, okay, those are the angels,
But Esau would depict them as an enemy. What if some other life force will come and take all of our resources?
Reagan said
that. But they'll depict them as enemies to mankind.
That's why you see them demonizing with these movies and TV shows. It's like they're coming to destroy
the angry Martians and shit. Alien versus
Predator. Ronald Reagan spoke on that. How he was saying, what if there was a foreign enemy, but we'll all come together, and that's biblical prophecy, how the nations are going to come together and fight against the ends of the world.
Yeah, that's the 2nd Ezra 13.
Yeah.
That's the 2nd Ezra 13.
Verse 15. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. For as I conceive in my understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days.
He said, what I can get from this is death, destruction unto them that remain in those days, man. He clearly saw the vision.
Decades ago.
All right? And that's what he got from it. He was like, shit, whoever's living in them days are screwed, man. They're going to die.
And much more woe unto them that are not left behind.
Because they're going to be getting put to death too if they're not left behind. They died before it, leading up to that.
Exactly, they're already done.
Verse 17. For they that were not left were in heaviness. Now understand either things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare.
Real quick, it's 2nd Ezra 8:50, real quick. And read that again.
2nd Ezra 13, verse 19. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare.
Yeah, they're going to come into great perils. All right, and let's go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
All right, so many people are going to go through great miseries, great perils, man. Time of troubles, all right, great distress. Many of those that have been walking in pride, all these proud ass Americans, all right, all these these sluts of abomination, homosexuals, okay, just drug dealers, just grimy ass people. They all gonna go through horrible times, and it's already started, really. It's already started, and it hasn't made it to the shores of America just yet. All right, and really it has, but not on a level as other places. But that time is coming, man. The perils are coming to America, man.
That's right.
Great death and destruction, right?
That's what to add on to that. Can you read that one more time, brother, about the pride of life?
2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
And this is what it says right here in 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Father abideth forever. So, hey, everybody who has some pride, who's prideful right now, and then them times, it's gonna be perils that's gonna come amongst them, man. Okay. And they're gonna perish in it with all the lust that they have because they did not do the will of the Heavenly Father. They did the will of the flesh because the Spirit wasn't upon them.
Okay. Hey, that's also in 2 Ezra 15th chapter, but the 18th verse says, because of the pride of the city, they shall be troubled. The house is destroyed.
Exactly. That's right. That's right, man.
Verse 20. Yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last day. And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee.
So now the angel's going to give him the breakdown to his own dream or vision. Right?
And I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required, whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind. This is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself.
Endure to the end shall be saved.
And there's a scripture that say, by their works shall they escape the said perils, man.
Yep. 2 Ezra 9:7. 9:7, I think.
Yep. Go ahead.
They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. Know this therefore, they which be left behind are more blessed than they that are be dead. This is the meat.
Because we're going to bless the seed that sees his enemy fall, the
fall of his enemy.
Man. And we're going to get to see the fall of our enemy, man, when the Lord cracks some skies. And when the Lord, brings nuclear missiles, all right? When we see the chariots, we know it's over, man. And it's going to come like that, man. All right, because the missiles are going to take an hour to come here, and then simultaneously the chariots are going to be out here, man.
That's right.
And then we know it's that, hey, finally, we about to get out of here, man.
And I got a quick scripture on that real quick. This is Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000.
That's right.
Even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place.
That's going to be the chariots. That's why the scripture say every eye shall see. That's because, hey, they're going to see, whether they see the fathership, which ultimately, the fathership is going to cover a majority of the earth, but the earth is a circle, so you might not be able to see it on the other side of the earth. But what? You're going to see the other chariots, because they're going to bring a destruction everywhere, man.
And they can have it all on the news and everything like that, man.
Every eye shall see.
Yeah, every eye shall see, man.
That's going to be the #1 thing on news, because further down in there, they talk about how they already at war. You got to be in the middle of World War III and stuff like that, so you got these things going to be televised, but then all of a sudden you see the UFOs, man. Hey, man, everything's going to stop, man. And then all eyes are going to be on them chariots, man. That's what the scripture already said, man. All right, then that.
1 and 7.
Oh, come on.
All eyes shall see
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
All the kings of the earth shall will.
Verse 25. This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea, the same is he whom the Most High, the highest, hath kept a great season.
That's what YAHAWASHI has been up there with a great season, man. That's the one that the Most High has been keeping up there with. All right, so when he comes back, he's coming back in style, man. He's not coming as a man. He's not coming to let people disrespect him, man. He's not coming to be humiliated.
Hell no.
He's coming to bring death and destruction, and especially to those two that pierced him, man. Those that pierced him.
Right? This is real quick. Brothers quoted it. This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so am I.
That's right, man. So everybody's gonna see him. No ifs, ands, doubt about it. All right? Everybody, man. Even if you're in the Amazon jungle, you're gonna see a chariot somewhere flying around, man. Fucking shit up. All right? Every eye. It didn't say some eyes. It said every eye. All right? So if you're alive, you best believe. If you're alive in that time, you will see a chariot. All right? You will see a sighting, as they say.
Sighting, yeah.
Because I was just going to say in the book of 2 Ezra, it says all things have a beginning, plain beginning, and the end is made manifest. Yep. And so the end is made clear. So like you said, everybody's going to see if you're alive, because that's the end being manifested. Revelations.
Get salvation from that, or you're going to get zapped by it.
That's right.
Where is it where it says this is the plague that go upon the
that was another.
Yep. Zechariah 14. Yeah, the brother brought it
This
out.
is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming from the midst of the sea. The same is he whom the Most High, the highest, hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creatures, and he shall order them that are left behind.
I was going to say something. Kept for a great season. What it says in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. It said, huh? Oh, go ahead, spirit. Because they delay is coming. All right? Because the Lord holding it for a long season, a period of time. So if we keep coming out preaching the word, you've been talking about this is the 90s. Are y'all still like him pushing this word?
We just had one example.
Yeah, him. You're wrong. Though it tarry, wait for it. You know?
The Edomites don't believe in the Most High. That could be.
The last be in Florida.
And it's sick because it wasn't on that on that sign. Go ahead.
You were talking about 2 Peter 3:10.
Where it says the delay is coming, I don't know if it's 7 or 6.
Oh no, that's like 2. That's like 2. The delay is coming, sign of is coming. 2 or 3, something like that in the beginning.
All right, well, you find that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Where's the point? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 4.
Oh.
Well, I'll start at 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Yeah, and that's what you got now, man. You got a bunch of scoffers out here because they don't believe in the Most High. Really, at the end of the day, they don't believe. Because what, like you said, the Most High has had them for a season, man. Because what, but that's why it seems so delayed. But really, it's only been 2 days for the Most High, man. All right. We're in the 3rd day. It ain't been a long time, man.
Con.
Well, these people, they have no faith. They don't know what's going on. That's why they'll say, "Oh, well, y'all been saying that for years." Well, let's say they've been saying it since the 60s. That's only what, 50 years. That's nothing to the Lord, man. Yeah.
Same thing to Noah. We're talking about Noah. Shit to him.
And Noah wasn't even. He was only out there around 120 years, man. Yeah. That's nothing, man.
Yeah.
It's still
that was beautiful.
The crucifying of the Lord is still fresh on his mind.
Yeah.
All right, it's been 2,000 years for your feeble ass, but it's been 2 days for the Lord. All right, 3 days. Whatever.
Hey, that's why Isaiah 40 it says, "Hast thou not heard? Hast thou not known? The Heavenly Father, He fainteth not, neither is weary." Because with great labor, great labor had He made the elect, man. That's why it's that great season. You know, He made the elect. That's why they precious. With great labor have He made it, man.
It's time to bear that fruit.
That's right, man.
Because the season, every season you plant certain fruits, and then what they bloom. All right, they bring forth, that fruit. Right now is that time where the elect is blooming.
That's
man.
right.
It's time for YAHAWASHI to come back and
harvest.
Yep.
The harvest is great, but the laborers are few.
Exactly.
The fruit that have been so long, the truth that have been so long without fruit shall be declared. No?
It's all for the point in time.
That's right.
Because ultimately, even though the prophets have been coming back in generation, they didn't have the full understanding until this lifetime. This is the time to give the full fruits of this labor, man. And the time for harvesting. And the Lord didn't come back to the last generations we were around. We had to die a couple of times before He came, man.
Yeah.
There's a thing called where you have a flower. I forget exactly what it's called, but if you cut it at a certain part, like when it blooms, you cut it at a certain part, and then it actually grows bud back and bloom again. That's basically what happened to us, man.
Pruning.
Yeah, that's basically what happened to us, man. Like you say, we died in the past, we bloom, cut again, and every time it just grows back,
Yeah. So the last harvest, man, was perfect.
This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea. The same is he whom the Most High, the highest, have kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creatures.
That's right.
And he shall order them that are left behind. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and a fire in the storm, and that he had neither sword nor any instrument of war.
And that's going to be them latest.
Yep.
Get Isaiah 66:15. Because the Lord, man, he don't have to do nothing, man. He got chariots to do all the work for him. He gonna do it in style, sitting back, relaxing, man.
Yep.
Not even lifting a finger.
That's
He's
right.
Like Thanos, man.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. That's why they took all them. I'm not telling the movie. I'm just saying every Avenger, they needed all the gods, all the powers to fight Thanos. That's all I'm saying. You know, all the armies. You know, yeah. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, so
Isaiah 66:15. For behold, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots, like a whirlwind.
He's like a whirlwind, man. He's coming with fire and his chariots like a whirlwind. Now read that again, Baba Shark.
And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came a blast of wind and fire and storm.
Another word for a storm is a tempest or a whirlwind.
That's right. Yep. Hurricane. Yep. That's right.
To render his anger with fury.
He's coming to render his anger, man. Not render his love to the world. So God so loved the world. No, he's coming to render his anger to the world, man. Go ahead. With fury.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
Yeah, that's how he's going to see. He's rebuking us by chastising us. You know, we go through all these tribulations and shit we got to go through. But look, he's coming to rebuke these people with fire, man, and flames. All right, that's not the rebuke you want. You want to be rebuked by other men. All right now, you don't want to be rebuked by the Lord, because that's how he's going to rebuke you, man. Yeah. With fire and flames. Go ahead.
For by fire and by his sword would the Lord plead with all flesh.
That's right, man. So the Lord's pleading with all flesh with fire and the sword, man. All right? Simple as that. All right, he's not coming back, all right, to have a block party with the whole world, bring everybody together. He's coming to bring the sword, man. He's not coming to bring peace. All right? He's coming to bring the sword, fire, all right, this great destruction.
Verse 28. And that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war.
And sword is just a method of destruction, man. What's it called? Instrument of destruction.
Con.
And that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him.
Read that again, Baba Sean.
The rushing.
Verse 28. And that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing and of him destroyed the whole multitude.
Yeah, man, this is how it's gonna be right here, man. You see people shooting, the military shooting, well, they all gonna get zapped, man. You know, they got people fighting, that's how it's gonna be. They're gonna be getting zapped easily. This was an album, This Is the End, called This Is the End by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They know what's going on, man. You got people running, angels, angels slaughtering people, and then at the same time, there's gonna be people getting salvation, man. All right.
I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers too. One of their other titles for another album was called Black Angels.
Yep, Black Angels. Well, I think that was the album. It was called Black Angels, and then I think that song was called This Is the End. And that's the album. That was the album cover, man. A record or CD having beams come out of it. And what's it look like, man? The buildings below. What do you think that is, man? And it's called Black Angels.
And that's the power we waiting on, man. For that's what we waiting. That's why we enduring. Because nobody believes in that. Nope. You know, nobody believes that the Heavenly Father exists. No, everybody think it's big green, big head, green, black eyes. Yeah.
They can't even breathe there. They got to have a
glass,
a fish bowl, you know.
And that's why we looked at as we're a spectacle to the world. We made sport. These niggas crazy as fuck thinking that's gonna happen. Oh, you better believe we know it's gonna happen. Because damn it, Esau scared out his goddamn mind. You know. And that's our power. YAHAWAH. That's our power coming like this, man. No, that's beautiful, man.
And that same multitude that the brother's reading about in the book of 2nd Ezra there, man, is that same multitude that's going to be in the valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's right. That's right, brother.
That's going to be the battle, the valley of decision, man. Or Yahweh Shabbat.
That's right.
Yahweh's judgment.
Because people just think this is just words.
Kind,
they
man.
read it like it's a fairy tale. There's no life behind it. When they read it, but these things that are coming to pass, like it says in 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, for the kingdom of the Most High cometh down in word within power. So all these things given are metaphors. Saying he coming through clouds, saying tempests and winds and whirlwinds. These are just showing things that show his power. Because these are earthly things that he describes that to show how strong he's coming.
Exactly.
But that makes them hypocrites. Because the same people who won't believe what we're saying are the same people who will either read something out of the Bible and believe it, or they'll sit at home and read some Nancy Drew novel, and then they will be more amused with that than what we're telling you what's to come.
Twilight.
Twilight and stuff like that. Because or Harry Potter. Because we're actually telling you events that are happening right now that was written before time in the Bible, but you look at it as if, a man produced this book. Well, come on, you mean to tell me that they didn't have scrolls back then? They didn't write things and chisel things in on a tablet, a stone tablet? So you just making an excuse. You just don't want to accept your fate, okay?
Yeah, because like you said, they like to read these books, like to read fiction. Fiction is fiction, but guess what? They say the truth is stranger than fiction.
Exactly.
So even though they reading these nonsense hocus pocus books, we read the book of life, and it sounds stranger than the books they read, man, which is complete bullshit. But the words of truth are stranger to fiction to those that aren't given the
understanding.
Awoken, so to say, man. Right? If the truth ain't given to you, you can't get it, right? It ain't gonna resonate with you. It's just gonna sound like Charlie Brown's teacher talking to you. Won't. That's all you hear, man.
Because we're talking about the power of all existence.
Yeah.
He talks about how he runs the sun, the moon, and the stars being so bright. They go their office and are reading. That's he says, "Fear me not." He created the heavens. And people, they just think they're words. But these are just depictions. But this thing is actually going to come to pass. This power that we're reading and talking about, he's going to, like Second Ezra 9 chapter, is the end is manifest. He's getting ready to manifest himself. Because people don't believe in the word, so he got to show action.
That's right.
He got to show what he's
That's
doing.
right.
And that's
bro.
why it's going to be so much greater this time, because it's been so long since the Most High showed his true power on this earth, man. So long. Right now, he just sent servants, his prophets out there, but nobody believes him.
One little chariot
so
here and there.
When he really shows his power, then and the calamities come, they're going to know that it's divine. It's a divine, intervention.
Intervention. That's right.
The word is just really for the elect.
Yeah, exactly.
Those that believe.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because scripture say by the foolishness of preaching. Why say foolishness? Because it's foolish to speak of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because these people not going to believe, man.
In John 17, it says that I have given them thy word.
Yep. And the world have hated them.
It's
Yep.
only for the word is only
right.
for the elect, man.
Yeah.
And then the words that we speak, which are the words of the Most High, the 1/3 is gonna be saved through us, man. But everybody else, man, they can hear it all day, but it's just not for them, man. They can't. It's like we're speaking Chinese to them.
Yeah, quick one. We're talking about, basically like these things been going on for so long or whatever, whatnot. But what the Most High is like the scripture say, long suffering. All right. This is Isaiah 42. Matter of fact, I'm starting at verse 13, the 40s and 14. I'm gonna read 13 through 15. It says, Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man, and shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. All right, talking about the day of judgment that we in now. It says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still. I refrain myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will devour at once. Talking about how the Most High, was very patient. Saying, like the scriptures say, because judgment doesn't go out expediently. These people, they keep waxing worse and worse and worse.
Hearts is fully set to do evil.
So now the Most High, on our time, it seems like it's for so long. Most High said, look, I've long time holding my peace. Or like how Jake like to say, we were just speaking on certain things. But we speak like this metaphorically because we Jake. That's why, we have these dark parables. But, your parents will tell you, man, I've been patient with your motherfucking ass. I've been holding, I've been real patient with you. I'm tired of you doing this or whatever, whatnot, But now I'm about to come off with this here belt and I'm about to go ahead and beat your ass, right? Same thing the Most High saying, like, look, I'm tired of Esau doing this and now. I've been a long time holding my peace. All right, but now It says Isaiah 42 and 12, 14. I have long time hold of my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman and devour and will destroy and devour it once. Verse 15 it says, I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all the herbs, and I will make the rivers and the islands, and I will dry up the pools. Going right back into what the brothers is going into, man. When the Lord come back with those chariots, man, all right, to render this rebuke with the chariots and the flames and things like that, man. Hey, man, the Lord, he's coming back with all his vengeance, man. It's the time of the Lord's vengeance, man.
That's still good.
All right?
It's good.
Yeah. That's why the Lord is going to do all these things, man.
Put this in your pocket.
Because the Lord wants to recompense his righteous ones, man. All right, for the things that were done unto us from these heathens. All right.
And it says in Isaiah 45, it says, "Barely thou art a part of the height thy soul." How brother saying the Most High hasn't judged this place in a long time.
And
become prideful.
To back you up, King David said, "When thou awakest out of sleep, when thou awakest as a mighty, something like that, roughly paraphrasing,
It says the Most thou dost and how the Most High is suffering because his time is different than our time. I should get into his days in heaven is different than here on earth. So the time that he hasn't visited the place has been literally a couple of days.
I ain't hold the camera in a minute. Slocking.
Just a quick precept to back the brother up on that. This is Sirach chapter 18 and verse 9. The number of a man's days at most are 100 years. This is 10. As a drop of water onto the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand.
Yeah.
So are 1,000 years to the days of eternity, because we're talking about the ancient of days. He is time itself. Without him, there is no time. There is no existence. And that's why, it says he's long suffering. But to him, it hasn't been that long. To us, it's like forever. It's been thousands of years, but to him, it's been
it said 1,000 years as one day to eternity, man.
That backs up
that's bad, bro.
Yeah, that backs up in the Old Testament. Or in the New Testament, it says, be not ignorant. That one day to the Lord is 1,000 years.
Yeah, and that's why the Lord told us to be patient, man. Because he coming speedily. Because his time is different. This is that light affliction that we're going through, man.
And that's why he gave us signs and seasons to judge.
That's
this
right.
time is different.
Measure the time diligently.
So we look around and he gives us things, checkpoints, pretty much.
Back in 2nd Ezra 13, verse 28. And that he held not a sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing of him destroyed the whole multitude. That came to subdue him. This is the interpretation.
See, so all these multitudes, man, they came and they tried to subdue the Lord because they knew that at the end day, that was the ultimate enemy of these nations, man. Yep, the saints shall take the kingdom, man. Yeah. See, again, going back to that damn devil that came up here earlier, that's what these devils really are hoping for, that we are wrong, man. These elites, all right, that know what's going on and they know the scriptures, man, that's what they have faith in, that we're wrong, man, and it doesn't happen. That's why they're trying to set up the space force. They know that the scriptures talk about the Lord coming in chariots, man. And they're trying to think, well, if it is true, we're going to try to stop this thing, man.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, that again, going back to that multitude, man, they're all going to be gathered, all right, to fight against each other, but then they're going to turn and to fight the Lord, man.
Yep.
You have something to say on that?
No.
Okay.
God says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Yep. And those that are going to be delivered is talking about the elect, man. All right? The 144,000 chosen elect members that are all men, all right, of the Lord, and the rest of the 1/3, man.
Come on.
All right?
If I may add, the scripture says, since you have kept my word, I shall keep you from the hour of temptation. That's what it means by delivering, because we kept his word, which is his commandment. Okay?
And for that false doctrine being pushed out there by Nate, you ain't got to worry about that. But why did the Lord have to deliver people if it ain't no destruction or anything coming? If you ain't got nothing to worry about, well, what need is there to be for deliverance?
Yeah. Why would you need faith?
Yeah. All that's spoken of. idiots, bro. Hey, that's like the second or third time we've seen this, bro. These people are. Hey, this is the spirit of America, man. These people just want to die, man. Yeah, the land of confusion. Exactly. Beautiful, man.
Damn.
People driving on railroad tracks out here, man. Idiots, man. But read that again,
Verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Hey, a lot of you people are going to be astonished, right? Yeah. Well, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Yeah. You know, y'all people are going to be standing around looking up. Like a brother, I was watching a video today. I forget who it was. All right. The scripture says, there shall be two people in the field, and one shall be taken up.
Oh, the brothers in London.
God, that's right.
Yeah,
brothers in London,
that was a beautiful clip.
Yep.
Man.
And
Damn.
what do you think the state of the one that was left behind? What is he going to be standing there looking like? Man? Looking up at the sky like, oh shit,
I'm dead.
I'm
that's what he said.
Hey,
that's
and
what
that's Revelations 21st chapter. It says all of them to have their portion in the lake which burned with fire. You know, the whoremongers, the murderers, the sorcerers. Those are all people that are going to be left here, you know, for this destruction. They're going to be in that part of these nuclear destruction.
Yep.
And hey, there's no escape for you idiots out there, man. All right, there ain't no amount of head banging on a rock or a wall that you can do. Okay, nothing's gonna. If you meant to die, man, the Most High is gonna bring your imminent death, man. Eventually, man.
Yeah.
All right.
And then it's not gonna be the time to be like, oh, I messed up. You know, forgive me. You know, now is that time to be saying that. You know, it says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another.
And we're starting to see that starting to happen all over the world. You see it here in America, man. People fighting against each other. Look at what's happening right now in Venezuela. Hey, what's happening in Venezuela is coming to America on a whole new level, man. People thinking, well, those that know what's going on in Venezuela, you know, you think that what's going on over there is bad. Just wait till that comes over here to America, man.
Right.
It's coming real soon, man. All right?
You did a video about the love of many shall wax cold because of the tribulation. You know, everybody's all happy-go-lucky when everything's going good, but what are you going to do when your adversity comes? You know, when you're under pressure. You know, the most sane man, what Joker said. You know, they start hitting each other.
There shall be sedition of men. Going to 2 Ezra chapter 15.
Because of what, though? Because of lack of bread.
Lack of bread.
When things start getting tight, man, hey, you go back to your basic instinct, man. Just like what's that movie we was watching? I think it's Bird Box. You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, man, when it's death and destruction outside, man, everything else go out. Everything else go out the door, man. All the regular rules of society go out the door, man.
And you know what? And then those who are high and mighty, and that's prideful, you're gonna realize that you're nothing but a man at the end of the day. That you still need food, you still need water, right? That you still need some clothing, shelter, eat. You know, you still need the necessities that your weak body needs in order for you to survive. So that everything that you have right now, everything that you desire to lust, it's not going to matter in that day. Okay, and this is a prime example right here. This is your precept. Sirach 11. I'm gonna get back to this brother. Sirach 11 and 25. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. So as you're prospering in society, you're not concerned with hunger. You're not concerned with thirst. You're not concerned with clothing. Because it's very convenient for you right now. But like the brother said, the love of many shall wax cold because of the lack of bread. But in that day though, right? Continuing on in that verse, there's no remembrance. That's like in the day of affliction, there's no remembrance of prosperity. So now when your affliction comes, when your stomach starts to eat itself alive, when you start to walk around and your mouth is chapped, and you women, when you haven't taken a shower in weeks, all right? See, then now all the makeup, all those likes and subscriptions you got on Facebook, on social media, is not gonna matter in that day. Okay? You being a manager of a Fortune 500 company, it's not gonna matter in that day. That Lamborghini's not gonna save him in that day. He's gonna die if he keep living the life he's living right now, and him and everyone else too as well, man. Okay? Continuing on, verse 26. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. That's why we're out here. Because the Lord's he's gonna reward you according to the ways you will live in your life. Okay? That's all I wanted to say.
And if I may say this too, you notice that when you, let's say I eat lunch, right? I leave like a half of a sandwich. And I don't want it and I throw it away. But later on that day when I get hungry, what you do? You think about that half sandwich that you threw away later that day. I be hating that. That's why I like, you know, I like to eat all my food. I hate to waste it. Because I know when I'm hungry, I'm gonna think about that food that I threw away. So same thing, man. When this society collapse, the hyperinflation kicks in, and you know, you don't have enough money to even buy, to buy a bag of rice like in Venezuela, all right? You're gonna think of you know, because Americans, we waste food all the time, man. All right, all these restaurants, they throw food out the back in the dumpster. Nobody can take the extra food home.
You can't.
You get fired if you take it home. All this madness, man.
Happened to me.
Yeah, and it's just a wasteful nation. So when that time comes, all right, like we always say, a ketchup package is going to be a commodity in that day, man. All right, you walk around with a bag full of ketchup packages.
KFC hand wipes.
Yeah, hand wipes. You gonna be able to sell those off.
It showed you that in the movie Book of Eli. Yeah, when they had the shampoo, batteries, all of that.
No,
I gotta go, but I want to say one thing to you guys. Praise God for being here, and I tell you this: white people have to call out white privilege.
Show me a white person.
Hold on.
White people have to call out white privilege.
You're right.
And I do it all the time.
You're right. Okay.
Take care, man.
That's true. Hey, but how they got that privilege?
Might be a joke.
Yeah, but you know that's guilty. That's guilt because she knows that the white privilege came from slavery.
Shame shall cover them.
Shame shall cover thee. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not upset with him. He's told the truth though. But you know how you got your white privilege, man. All right, because you conquered the world by the sword. You know that was your blessing. You're an Edomite.
Hey, Con, this is Edomite at my job I work with on break like 2 days ago. He was like, hey, come here, because I showed him I could draw. He said, come here, let me show you some art that I did. This Edomite had some artwork that he did, that he painted, and it was Donald Trump with a long ass nose, and he called him Trump Nokia or some shit like that, man. All right, he was like, cause he said, man, Trump full of shit. And here it is. This is an Edomite. All right, and he has another devil in office, and he's against his own race, man. He's against his own people. Why? Because of the decisions that the so-called white man has made, man. All right, he's a liar from the beginning, you know.
It says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them down upon the earth. And he shall come to an astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Con, that's right.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another,
Con.
and one realm against another. I love that part.
Con.
Because when you go into that word realm, the etymology, it means kingdom, all right? So also, there's going to be one kingdom going against another. Now you can see that's happening right here on the earth, all right? You have different countries and their rulers, their kingdoms, they're fighting against each other. Like right now you have Venezuela and Russia and Iran. But here it is, the Heavenly Father, they'll bring his kingdom to fight against all the kings of the earth. And YAHAWASHI is the King of Kings.
Con.
So you're going to have realm versus realm. That's why they brought it out on the news that you had the military personnel that was talking about the UFOs. They said that their pilots was frightened. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know how to think about it. All right? Because that's something from another realm, another kingdom, another vessel that you can't fight. Here it is. Here it is. They said it was a vessel going 15,000 miles per hour. All right? You can't, and then on top of that, it doesn't just go straight. It can actually dissipate and it can rematerialize. It can zoom in and out. A realm against another realm. That's something you can't fathom. That's why I said when they try to fight against Ariel, they say it's gonna be like a man that dreameth that he's eating and he's full, but when he wake up, he's still hungry. It's gonna be like a man when he's dreaming, but he's thirsty when he drink he think he quenched his stomach. When he wake up, he's still thirsty. That's what Esau doing. He's imagining defeating the Lord. But when you wake up from that damn nightmare, all right, which is American dream, you're gonna realize, man, that you're nothing but a man.
That's right.
It's gonna be like it's one that beats the air. One that beats the air.
Yeah, Con. Yeah.
Inspire himself. Like Independence Day, he defeated the angels, you know. He can't only do that in movies. He was like an
They don't do that in real
Same
life.
thing with superheroes. They're all white.
Yep.
Everybody white.
Save the city.
Man of Steel.
He gonna go up into YAHAWASHI's chariot and put a virus.
I couldn't watch no more.
Come on.
That's another reason why they don't want us to be empowered. But they know when we come together, that's strength. I mean, even when Black Panther came out, they said, man, they broke box office records, man. So bad that Robert Downey Jr. he actually was pushing up for them to come out with the next Avengers movie because he was like, man, fuck that, man, we need to get our movie out there. So when Jake come together, even though it was on some carnal stuff, some Hamitic stuff, because we're not Hamites, we're Israelites, they seen the power we have in unity. Now when they see that the tribes are coming back together, they see that our power is coming back to us through the Spirit. And they don't like that.
But that was Bugs Life. There's a scene when the grasshopper, you know, it was like they're just tiny ants, you know, and the dude took the pebble, he threw the pebble, he said, did that hurt? He said, did that hurt? No. Did that hurt? Of course not. And then he took the thing, the whole fucking thing came off, all the pebbles from on top of it. You know, they said, you know, one stands up, they all stand up. You know, that's one of Esau's biggest fears is Jake coming back.
Hey, that's why that Edomite, going back to again that Edomite, man, he don't want this to be right. That's why he got to say he got to come up and persuade himself, because he wasn't going to persuade any of us that we were wrong, because we know these scriptures to be true, but he was trying to convince himself that he was wrong, or that we were wrong. You know, because he doesn't want to see Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans ruling, man. Because he knows this is his ass. Hey, because like Malcolm X said that, man. He said they have a complex about themselves, man. All right, because they know that they've done atrocious things to our people, man. They continue to do it to this very day. You know, and deep down inside, these white people, these devils, these Edomites, they know deep down inside that it's their ass if we're right, man. You know, which we are going to be right. We are right, man. All right?
Yeah, he wanted to speak on something.
Yeah, no, go ahead and speak on that.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, because the brother kept mentioning the, you know, when they go on the Valley of YAHAWAH, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's basically gonna go into that. You know, as you read it, they talking about they basically fighting one another. But then what? You know, when it goes back up, they was afraid they durst fight. You know, so when you go precept upon precept, you start reading about, you know, World War III and all these different things, and you add up that the nukes is gonna be used out there. But then when you're reading on here, like with the brother reading now, they fighting each other at one point in time. All right, but then the Lord come. They're going to stop fighting each other, then they're going to try to fight the Lord, all right? Now, this is what's written in the scriptures, but when you go back to Ronald Reagan and the Star Wars program, all right, where they was talking about making these space programs to fight the Lord, that was exactly what he said. He said, what happens if there was some kind of outside threat? You know, we would look at all of our problems are so small, we would have to band together to fight that outside threat, all right? And that's exactly, according to prophecy, what we're reading. All right, it was already on their spirit. You see it's being revealed now. Donald Trump now is trying to go with the third leg of this Star Wars program, all right? It's written in the scriptures, and you see it's all coming out to play, man. All right?
So it says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Hey, that's secondary, just the 15th chapter. For that, so sedition among men. Yeah, you know, sedition basically means a rebellion. So that's anarchy, you know, going against the powers thereof.
Yep.
You know, that's just
A purge, man.
A purge.
Yep.
Straight purge, anarchy.
Because the purge didn't happen just like, it could be a regular day like today. And the purge just happened and everybody's all caught off guard. No defense.
Having mayors for ransom and governors for
Yeah,
ransom.
and women gonna be fighting that.
So fun. Especially get hold of them damn bankers and shit, man.
Oh, man.
You know, because when you watch the movie The Purge, they have the banker, a certain, you know what I mean, governors. They had them hanging up there on the wall. This guy stole money and oppressed the poor, and you know what I mean. That's the time, man, for that reckoning, man. All right.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say they shall not regard their princes.
Bro, I was just going to say that, bro. Just going to say that.
Hey, they showed that in the movie, or it's a Netflix movie. It's called the Outlaw
Spirit.
Kid. And they showed William Wallace from Braveheart. They showed him beheaded, tied up to a pole. This is William Wallace, caused the uprising and such, you know? And that's what it's going to be out here, man. You know, it's going to be people hog-tied to these palm trees, right, to these Ybor street lights, man. People going to be tied up, man. Either hung, their head decapitated, right? All types of atrocious things are going to be happening out here on the streets of America, man.
They're not giving no police or nothing like that to stop them.
Yeah,
All that's going to be done away with.
Yeah, because these cops are going to be at their own homes protecting their families, man.
They're going to keep the sidearm. They're going to throw away the badge.
Yeah.
You also see that in movies, like it'd be like certain things. They'll be in a store looting, right? They'll be fighting over something, and then an officer will be there. Hey, I'm an officer, and he will look at him like, what does that mean? Okay, you know, you pull out his gun, shit, he pull out my gun. So what's up with with the law and all that stuff?
I'm so glad you brought that out too, because I think it's in the movie on World War Z. When Brad Pitt was in there, he was in there getting some medicine, some supermarket. And he had a gun on him too. And the officer came in there, they looked at each other, and the officer just grabbed the machine and ran.
Now what they did was they saw him, the husband and the wife saw him, so they put their hands up, and then the cop was just running towards him, grabbed his shit, and just took off running.
Yeah, he's like,
They also show, talking about with them disregarding their princes and their kings, like the brothers is going into. They show that I think the second Batman movie with Bane. All right, when Bane come and take over, he says, it's a new law. Everything is a new law going on, and they got, they set up their own little tribunals, their own little court systems and things like that. They talking about some of the police, they'll survive because they have to. The conditions that was going on there was what? The elites and the politicians had to milk the people so damn dry. They lost all their jobs. They was all homeless. Everybody was to the point to where anarchy started happening. So what? The people had already was like, why are we gonna regard the princes and the kings and the politicians, who wound up starving us out? We don't care about that shit now. It's time to eat now. You know what I'm saying? Now we turn on the police and all of them. Even the police is, they going to work, but they still homeless. They go put on their badge, go get in the police car. But when they go home, they still homeless at the end of the day because they can't afford to pay their bills. So at the end all be all, when this anarchy things come out, like in the movie Batman, you seen Bane in them. You had the outcasts want to run through all the so-called rich people houses and stuff like that. All the so-called poor people who used to live these so-called nice lives. They realize how bad things got. What do you think? Yeah. What do you think is in these people's minds, man? These people have been living good their whole life. Now all of a sudden you got these big bankers and stuff living in their cars and stuff, man. All right, when shit start hitting the fan, they gonna just be like, you know what? We're gonna go take revenge out on these people who took my job and who did so on and so forth. And they're gonna be running to them old neighborhoods, man. I used to live in this house. I used to live in this used to be my car. I remember I used to have some shit just like this, man.
There's going to be people against people because there's a big war over there. Because ultimately a lot of those rich Edomites in those rich neighborhoods, they got guns and shit too. So they're going to want to protect their shit. So when Jake and all these other poor, lower class people start going into those neighborhoods, it's going to be a little war in the streets. It's going to be people against people.
They know, man. All these rich bankers, CEOs, supervisors of these, big companies, they gonna know like, damn, I gotta get me, I gotta buy me a gun. You gonna see old Jim, right? He might not own a gun, look square as hell, but when he see shit like, somebody get in his ear, hey man, shit's about to pop off. You armed, you gonna see old Jim going to the local gun shop and buying him a big ass gun, man. That's just how it's gonna be.
Yep. A lot of these politicians, they have homes outside the country, like in Europe, down in South America. But they know America's gonna turn to a third world shithole.
Islands. They got some of the Bahamas and shit.
Yep.
Hey, and going back to that Matthew chapter 24, where it says that the love of many shall wax cold. A lot of you people are gonna see that there's no love out here no more, man. And so it's gonna go make you go get guns, man. Because you're gonna know that this guy next door, I know he's got 2 shotguns for sure. And I can see what's been going on in the neighborhood, man. People just midnight raids, so I'm gonna have to get me something now.
Right. Militias out.
Yeah. And you know what? And you know what they do? They trust in their money. Yep. But when your money can't buy you a loaf of bread or can't buy you a gallon of gas to get to work, now you're gonna be resorting to what? Looting and robbing. So now that your money does not give you that same status you once had in life, now you're going to survival mode. But America has always taught you, you get in trouble, call the police. Oh, you get hurt, go to the hospital. But then what if let's say you sprain a wrist or break an arm. You know how to make a trench.
Yeah, your bones sticking out.
Your bones sticking out. Screw. You don't know what plants to go out and eat if you get some kind of ailment, to use for a bone.
Cauterize a wound.
Because I'm going to just go to the store and buy some Band-Aids. So in that day, a lot of people, they're not going to know how to survive because they've been so dependent on the system.
And then, as more you get into those so-called apocalyptic movies where society breaks down, Like in the book of Eli, for example, he has a gun. It probably ain't loaded. They never are. But I mean, Eli's own was loaded. But you know, once all the bullets stop flying, all right, nature's gonna take its course. Once everybody run out of bullets, it's gonna be the strong against the weak, man. Right. All right, and Jake gonna be out here, Micah 5 and 7. Jake gonna be out here, so he get a job, right? Jake gonna be out here, ransacking. But by the way, just by a question, don't all y'all got jobs?
I think we all have cell phones too.
Hey, and more brothers got better jobs than them.
We all got jobs,
you know?
For a living.
Yeah, we all got jobs.
The cameras, your phone's working, right? We're going live right now, right? So your
I just wanted to make a point real quick. We all got jobs out here. But anyways, you know, when the bullets stop flying, that's when, you know, nature gonna take its course. Micah 5 and 7. Going back to Genesis, the 22nd chapter. All right, one people was stronger than the other. Right. That's when nature's gonna settle. Then it's really gonna be like, okay, no guns. It's gonna be straight aid. Hand to hand combat, strength. You know, the stronger people.
And you never thought that you may have to take another man's life to protect your family. There's gonna be a time where you may have to take another man's life to protect yours, just to eat, just to survive.
Con, you're gonna have a lot of Jakes in that time. Like when they actually kill somebody, they gonna be like, they're gonna be sitting there, it's bugged out, like, oh shit, this shit really is gonna really hit them. Yeah, it's gonna really hit them. Yeah. Family crying, kids crying, and they just bugged out, you know? Come.
This is gonna get into when y'all
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
So all these things, man, all this stress that you people are gonna have, all right, about your neighbors, you having to protect your little girl, your daughter might have ran away and you trying to figure out what happened to her, or you sent her off with your little Timmy, and little Timmy came back running, crying, talking about they took her. All you need, hey, this is all that's coming to you people, man. Read that again and keep reading.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
And that's what we've been talking about since the beginning of camp, man. All right, the sword and the destruction that's coming from the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
All right, which is going to come via the UFOs, which you people ignorantly call UFOs, but they're really the chariots of the Lord. The destruction is going to come via those. The destruction is going to come via those nuclear missiles, man. That's what, going back to the first scripture the brother brought out, that's what's going to be melting your eyes in their holes, man. That's what's going to be melting your tongues and your mouths, man. All right, that's the sword and destruction that's coming to the people of the world, man. Because the elect, we're going to be all good, man. All right.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another.
So going back to that, 2 Ezra 13, right? Yeah, going back to that second Ezra 13. One people shall stand up and fight, man. All right, or read it again. What did it say?
And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Swords in their hands, man. Meaning what? The guns. All right, literal machetes, man, knives, you know, sticks, whatever you people can find as weapons, man. You people are going to be at each other's throats out here, man. Because of all-out chaos, like the brother stated earlier, for the lack of bread, which is
that's
what
right.
we're going to get into, man. You know, a lot of things are going to come to you people real soon, man. All right.
Hey, real quick, they say an average person, you know, we'll say an average American that's used to eating so much food every hour, so to say. 2 days and they're gonna start hallucinating and losing their damn minds, man. And that's an average person. Most people, I give them 1, if that, man.
Hey, man, it's gonna be real bad out here because, you know, you got like 80% of America on some kind of prescription drugs, man. They depending on these prescription drugs. They're not on prescription drugs, man. They're on the so-called black market drugs, all right? So when the prescription drugs run out, the alcohol run out, people run out of cigarettes and stuff like that, man. They can't get no fixes on the side, man. It's gonna be all out chaos, man. You already see what crackheads do when crackheads ain't got their money, man. They don't run through your house and steal your damn carpet off the damn floor, man. So just imagine in that day, man, when crackheads, hey, they can make it a recession, but when the rest of these people who got way more than them, when they start losing out and they looking at their kids and stuff like that, man, and what's going on, man, hey, man, they're gonna be turned up, man.
You can go as far to say people who are alcoholics and smoke cigarettes and addicted to prescription drugs.
That's what I'm saying. Once
they go, they're gonna be really bugged out.
And that might be your worst. That might be your worst group of people out here running around, because you got these people that's basically being sedated all day long, man.
When you look at like these young kids on the Ritalin drugs and ADHD pills, it's basically calling them the fuck down, man. All right, but just imagine when they don't have their medication and they just bugging the fuck out, man.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna die from withdrawals. They're just gonna have diarrhea, vomiting, you know, just gonna die in a corner, wishing they had some pills to take.
Whew.
Yeah.
Boy.
16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall.
There shall be sedition.
For there shall be sedition among men.
And that sedition is talking about uproar against an establishment, man, a government.
That's right.
And we see that, man. That's clear as day, man. If you don't think that there's uproars of the people on the planet Earth, man, and you're just lost. You really lost in the ragu sauce, man. All right. It's happening all over the world, man. Look at France right now, man.
Oh, it's just
sedition against men. Look at Venezuela.
Ain't France like the not mistaken, the financial capital?
London.
Oh, London. All right.
But France
right
is one of the France is part of the beast, man. That's one of the you know the heads, right? Yeah, one of the heads.
Kind. They like 25 weeks in that yellow protest too. I just update.
And it's spreading now. It's gone into other countries now.
Hey, and there's uproars over there in Haiti too, man. All right, uproar, people going nuts over there, man. All right, what's it called? Over there in Venezuela, you got people protesting over there at the presidential house, man, palace, whatever they call it, man, right outside. Maduro has calling for. I seen it this morning on Sputnik. Maduro, all right, sending for military to be out there, man. And people getting too unruly, man. Blasting.
And you know they got Russians out there amongst the military.
Yep. That's where you get the UN troops, United Nations,
yeah,
all
exactly.
different nations within the army. The blue hats,
Marine
white
16 of kind. The second of the 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men,
Spoiled,
and
man.
invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor prince.
Yep. So like we were talking about earlier, man, you're gonna have government officials out here being slaughtered, man.
Yep.
People, all these bugged out niggas out in the ghettos and shit, they're gonna really take it out on you government officials, man. Child support officers, man, commissioners of the tax collector out here, man. These people are gonna be hunted for, man. You know, Judge Henry, Judge Andrews, y'all done for, man.
I was going to say a perfect example was the French Revolution, which I did a video a week ago or so about. Was basically about corporate greed, about the king and the queen. You know, bread prices got raised up. You know, so the people got roused up. That's what they called them, the bread riots. You know, people started, you know, going to the king and the queen got beheaded. You know, King Louis and Queen Antoinette, they both got beheaded. They said in between like 10 years, like there was 17,000 beheadings. So they rose up. That's why the French Revolution started, because the people got roused up. The shit was too expensive. There was a famine. Stuff like that.
What year was that?
1700s.
And then,
that's beautiful.
Says in Ecclesiastes, you know, that which was is that which shall be, man. So the same thing that happened, like this brother just brought out that account in France, is gonna be the same thing that happens here, man, for that bread.
Nothing new under the sun.
You get all these plagues that the Lord is bringing is going to cause prices of this food to go up because it's destroying the crops, the agriculture, the livestock.
That's really why the people in Venezuela are rioting, because it's because of all the benefits they had under Chavez, and then Maduro came in, and then America started fucking with the oil supply, like doing the sanctions and whatnot with Iran, and then all the benefits went away, including the food prices skyrocketed. So that's really why they're rioting out there.
I say this, people ready to snap right now over all the fucking taxes that they being paid.
Increases.
Tax for this, tax for that, and then it's increasing tax for this. Like, people ready to snap right now.
Yeah, because the Fed be increasing they increase the interest rates, all right, for banks. So now they got to loan you money. You get your money loaned out to you at a higher interest rate, man. So now you're having to pay more. Your payments are higher.
Yep.
And now agricultural foods are being hindered with storms and stuff out there in the Midwest. Now your food price is going to go because the quantity is lower of the foods that are normally readily available, man.
And not even to go into the thing of hidden taxes. That's hidden taxes, man. Yeah, you know, it's shit you paying for that, you know, it's hidden.
They got taxes on your taxes.
Taxes, man. Hey, you can thank the so-called Jews for that, because they receive like what, $10,000 to $7,000 every like minute or or something, man. You know, if I can remember correctly. All right?
That's when inflation's gonna come in, you know, because everything's getting more expensive and people have less money. You know, so they can afford it.
Fucking through, man.
Yep.
I can't wait till Jay start getting on their head, man.
Go ahead. Come. This book is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth.
That word victuals just means 144.
Kind spirit.
It can be any type of food, man.
That's beautiful. Call all
They
y'all.
shall think themselves to be in a good case.
Because what? Last year, when Donald Trump put them sanctions on China, all right, or tariffs on China, all right, on certain U.S. goods such as soy and corn, which soy, just in soy, America, that was a $12 billion industry just to China, man. So when Trump put those tariffs on those soybeans and the corn and all the other stuff, man, the prices over here were dropping because there was so much quantity just for here in America left over because the companies weren't selling it to China so more. So now they're sitting on it, man. So what they had to do, they had to
get rid of it.
They have to get rid of it. Yep. And what they do, hey, it's basic economics, man. The more of an item, the lower the price, man. It's a basic graph, man.
Supply and demand.
Yep.
The more quantity that you have of an item, the less of the value it is. Yep. Right? Because there's more quantity of it. Like if you look at a Toyota Corolla compared to a Lamborghini, which one's gonna cost more? The Lambo, because everybody's not driving a Lamborghini because they're not produced the same quantity that they do.
Hey, Jake know that from the world, you know. If everybody's selling, you gotta drop your prices. Just prices. But if you're the only one, you can jack them up.
2 for 10 over here, 2 for 10.
If you're the only one though, it's 1 for 30, you know.
You're running monopoly.
Yeah, exactly.
You corner the market, you know. Matter of fact, prime example. Not to keep going on. The movie with Frank Lucas, he had a 100% pure uncut product. And he wasn't cutting nothing, but he was selling it cheaper.
Yeah, because he
Killed everybody.
I was just going to say another example about victuals being so good cheap. You know, is these Americans closing up shop. You know, you think of these stores closing down, what they're doing, 75% off, 60% off is because, you know, people think it's like, shopping
Close
street
out
type.
sale.
Yeah, and everybody, let's go to Macy's and close, and they got a good deal, you know. They think, I'm lucky, you know, shit like that.
Real quick, just add on what they're saying as well. You see this thing with the new FICO score or whatever, whatnot, this whole new trend. Hey man, they have to so-called introduce this new credit system or new money, basically to give you free or cheap money, so you'll go out there and start spending again. Again, you thinking, hey man, shit, we got a new credit card, I got a $10,000 limit, let's go ball out. But really, there's nothing in the system though. They already keep you distracted with these things.
Exactly. People are holding back. So that's why they do that.
Yeah, incentives. They're giving them incentives.
Yeah, they hold it back. They're like, nah, they ain't investing in stocks and nothing. Like, nah, I'm gonna keep my money.
Second Esdras chapter 16, verse 21. It says, Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
They shall think themselves to be in good case, man. Okay? And everybody's thinking they're, you know, everybody's, hey, we're doing good. We doing spectacular, especially these proud-ass Edomites, man. You know?
It was an Edomite at my job. They was talking about the new currency. I was like, hey, I'll say, hey, don't think it far-fetched if the new currency be a, RFID chip. They was like, oh shit, yeah. One of the Edomites, Jake was like, yeah, boy, that's crazy. But it was the Edomite at the job. He was like, come on, man, let's be realistic. That's not happening in 100 years. I was like, hey, they think themselves to be in good case.
They think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth.
Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, man. What's happening, man? You having fires, you having flash floods, all right? The river Mississippi's flooding over, flooding roads, flooding fields. Truckers can't get the seeds to the farmers now. All right, livestock's dying off, man. All right, diseases coming to all these different livestocks, man. You know, you have all these Ebola outbreaks in 10 different states here in America. You know,
measles,
Hepatitis
herpes out there in that Coachella concert. They had to quarantine everybody who was at that concert because there was a herpes outbreak, man.
The same thing at the UCLA.
That shit real, bro.
And Caltech and UCLA.
Pestilence is heavy.
Yeah.
That's the start of the evils, man. That's
4 sword plagues.
As before. Matter of fact, read up above here on back 15. Read 11, real quick.
That's a spirit.
Real quick, and then we'll get back to this.
That's a spirit.
This is second address.
Hey, real quick, I had a vision about the plagues. I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's the spirit. The brother just reminded me. I had a vision during the day. It was like real clear and vivid. I was driving, and then I think he was a Gadite. He was speaking some shit that I couldn't understand. And then it's like he had like some sanitizers type stuff. And he was talking to me, and he was just like spraying it. Like making sure like, you know, like sanitizing, like, and he was talking, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. And the only thing I could think of, like, hey, pestilence, you know, spraying, that pestilence coming, man. Well, I couldn't understand what he was saying. It wasn't Spanish he was speaking either, man. It was like some Gadite tongue or something, man. He was speaking, bro. That shit was heavy. I just wanted to mention that. Like, I was like, damn, only thing I think of that pestilence. That pestilence coming, man. He was just spraying it. All in my car and all around him.
It's heavy.
Let me go to 15. This is second address. This is second address. Chapter 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and I smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof.
So all the plagues that were brought onto Egypt, the Lord said he's going to bring it onto Egypt again. What is that talking about? Is that talking about over there where the Pyramid of Giza is at? No, man. That's talking about here, the spiritual Egypt, man, America. All right? Those plagues, and we see it, man. Brothers have been talking about it for the last 10, 15 minutes, man. All right? The Lord is bringing these plagues here to America. All right? Back to Egypt. All right? That's why the victual, all right, the evils shall increase, man.
That's right.
Because the plagues are going to keep coming. The next plague and the next plague and the next plague, man.
And it's just going to get worse as they go.
The last plagues, which are the missiles.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the missiles are considered plagues, man.
That's
I got a precept of what you're saying about the disease.
Second Ezra 6:2.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law.
And they said that as the ice melts up in the tundra area of Russia, that as the ice melts, there's new diseases that have been frozen for thousands of years that are being exposed now, man, that are coming out to the world, man.
If I may, I've seen I don't know if it was a video or on TV, but it was like you said, the snow was defrosting. And the deer were eating the grass and eating the diseases, and then people would hunt the deer, and that's how they would get the disease.
Oh, shit.
This is Deuteronomy chapter. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness, every plague, which is not written in the book of the law, then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
So even things that aren't written in the book that happened to Egypt and that happened to that were prophesied to happen to Egypt, man, which is America, man. You know, things that Esau himself doesn't even know about are going to come upon the earth, man. There might be things,
that's crazy.
Bottom sea dweller creatures that'll come up and bring some type of disease from the bottom of the ocean, man. Who knows? You know, it says that are not written in the books. Okay? I'll just go back to that. Or
back in 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 21, it says, and even then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
So there you go, man. Sword, meaning people getting killed off in the streets. All right?
Damn.
What do you say, famine, because of the pestilences that are destroying the foods, because of the plagues, the storms. All right, which if a brother can get real quick, Isaiah 29, Baba Bashar.
Oh,
I believe, like verse 6.
Yep.
You know?
Yes, he's 12.
That's a good one, huh?
Yep. What did it say? Famine, great confusion, and great confusion, man. And we seen great confusion about 30 minutes ago, man. 2 cars riding on the tram track.
Oh, I'm done. I'm in. Yeah.
That's how we did. Yep. Read that, Baba Bashar.
Isaiah 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest.
That's
And
right.
you can't tell the people
that's
otherwise
right.
in the Midwest that they're not getting visited by storms, man.
And they say it's going to keep getting worse.
Yep. Hey, real quick, if I may say this, they say it's something that they've never seen before.
Con.
You know?
It's always.
Yep.
Hey, it was one day where 25 tornadoes hit in 5 states. Yeah, so that's tempest, man. That's most
I think that might have been Oklahoma.
Hey, and there's more. This.
5 states.
5 states.
Oh, 5 states.
25 tornadoes hit 5
Oh.
states.
5
in the
states.
same day.
And this morning, just like the brother opened up Google and showed that brother that image.
Yeah, the outbreak.
Yeah. I opened up Google this morning and it was a tornado that just hit India. It was a record setting after 20 years, and basically 28 million people got removed out of their house, man. No?
In Mozambique out there in Africa, I can't remember.
28 million.
It was a cyclone, yeah, and it killed 1,000 people. 1,000 people.
Yep, 1,000 people. Now there's floods happening now. You know, they can't get no help.
Nobody's
no food.
reporting on it.
There's no food over there. You know, hey man, this is because it's not just coming to America, man. These things are coming to the whole world, man. Like the brother said in 2nd Ezra 15 and 11, it said woe. 14, it said woe to the world, man.
Con.
You said the back here, talk about the tempest. This is Psalms 83 and 15. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Just about that up. Yeah.
Read that again, Bubba.
This is Psalms 85 and 13. So like 83 and 15. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm.
And hey, I was reading an article about those farmers, man, and they're scared for their lives, man. Because they don't know how they're going to survive. They don't know how they're going to feed their family. You know, they're losing out on so much money. Now they're in debt because they have to go to the banks now to keep getting a loan and get a refinance on that and get another loan on that loan. You know?
And you know that real quick, the Department of Agriculture, they're mocking up a new GMO so they can pump out more food quickly. So they're gonna give more poison to the people. The food you're gonna start getting is gonna be even worse because they gotta make what's the word, all the shit they lost, they gotta make up for it. You know, all the shit they lost, they gotta make up for it somehow. So they just gonna pump it out in 2 months instead of a whole season, you know?
Also, another thing about food is Mexico. You know, America they're trying to turn away Mexico, but a lot of the food comes from Mexico. They said if Mexico stopped importing avocados, it wouldn't be here in like a couple weeks. There was no avocados in the entire.
And if they are, they're gonna be like $9 avocados.
And it's like, what's the ingredients for tequila?
Agave.
Yeah,
it comes from Mexico.
Yeah, and there's like tequila prices gonna go up because Mexico, man.
That's a big trader.
And all that means is that these companies are going to begin to fail, man. Supermarkets are going to close because people ain't going to them because the foods are going up. You know?
Well, a lot of things come from Mexico. Car parts, clothes, a lot of clothes, you know.
Ain't Chevy made?
Chevy, yeah, they make this shit over there and then they send it to the.
I think with a lot of General Motor cars like that, with the Corvette you're talking about, I think only the engine is assembled here in America, but
everything else is made
They do them in Kentucky, but there's parts here.
It's assembled in the United States, but all the parts come from overseas.
Oh yeah, I still got this. I can get the next verse. Verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other.
The brother Mike Allen quoted this earlier. Go ahead, if you want to say that.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
And a lot of you that survived that famine is because you killed other people off that were near you so you can eat, man. You know, like we were speaking about earlier, man. You're gonna have people rising up against another people with swords in their hands, man. You're gonna kill your little kids. You're gonna sit, literally that joke that you might have had back in the day. Oh, we gotta sit down and talk about who we not gonna feed this month. It's gonna come true. Yep. And now y'all really gonna have to sit down under candlelight because you ain't gonna have no electricity.
A lot of kids are gonna die.
Either that or eat them.
Yeah, eat them. Because kid can't fend for himself. So, and you know, if there's one slice of bread, the kid ain't gonna he ain't gonna fight the adult to get that slice of bread.
You're gonna get kicked in the head.
The mother would do it. The mother would do it when the pops turns his back for like 30 seconds. The mother would kill the child and
strangle him,
slit his throat or something. Do something outlandish like they're doing already.
Yep.
You know, there's nothing different than what these Edomite women already do to their kids. And Judah, you know, our women too. Our women are bugged out like that too, but that's because they're following after the
heathen customs.
Yep. Go ahead, up. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. It said the dead shall be cast out as dung, and no man there to comfort them. Why? Because there's going to be so much death out here, and we keep quoting it, Matthew 24.
Yep.
The love of many shall wax
cold.
Man.
That's right.
All right. The love of many shall wax cold. You ain't going to give a damn about your uncle Ruckus that just perished. All right. Just last night, man.
Yeah, they're gonna just throw his dead body out into the streets.
They're gonna
get this stinky nigga out of here.
no blankets to wrap them up in. Just dead bodies out on the streets, man. And even the people that get killed by the troops, they're gonna be the bodies laid out on the streets because nobody's gonna be here to be picking the dead bodies up, man.
Con, ain't gonna be nobody to, man.
And that's why the Most High is called the King of Terrorists. You know, the Most High has something planned for all these people. The deepest, darkest fears are all gonna be points. A video about EMP call. You know, the world's gonna be in complete darkness. You know, stuff like that's gonna be happening all over the place.
Con. Hey, and the brother Dawada put up a clip once a couple weeks prior, showing that every room that they went into, going back to that famine and that destruction, every room they went into, it got worse and worse. You know what I mean? She went in there, they was like, "Are you safe?" And then as soon as she looked back, a sea floor blew her up. Then the next door. Yep, and that's what I was thinking about, because the brother brought out that precept. Those that escape the famine, the sword shall pursue, man. You know, so that's what's gonna happen, man.
Back in 2nd Ezra, sorry, brother. Back in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, we're at 23.
Spirit.
And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them.
Yep.
For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And that's what's coming, man. All right, these cities are going to be wasted, meaning what? Windows going to be busted out, desolation in the cities, nobody here except dead bodies, man. Dead bodies and martial law troops that they just to patrol the area to find who they can scoop up and take to the concentration camp, man. You might see a couple of, stray children running around. Yep. You know, you might see a couple bug outs here and there.
Yep.
Some animals. You know, but other than that, it's going to be a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
Reading on, verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and sow it. Hey, because why? Because, well, keep reading. Yeah. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men.
Damn.
Got it, man. All right. Hey, there's not gonna be people to come to trim these bushes, man. All right, trim the palm trees. Go cut down the orange fields, pick the oranges. Not that they do anyways out here where we stay at, but the Tropicana fields, their orange fields ain't gonna be nobody picking them, man. You know, because everybody's gonna be either dead or in hiding, man.
Yep.
Or trying to hide, man. Kidnapped by troops. Yep. Come on.
Both sides bad, bro.
So that one man shall desire to see another and hear his voice. For a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rock. So you people are going to want to see somebody in that day, man. You're going to wish you could come out here to Sparkman Wharf and see all these good-looking women and be able to interact with different men out here, man. You're going to wish that, man, because it's going to be so much death and quietness and desolation out here in these cities. You really just going to want to have a normal conversation with somebody, man. But you ain't going to be able to.
Nah, hell no.
You ain't going to have no internet to do on social media to be DMing people and keep no WhatsApp, none of that, man.
No more IG posts, too.
No more update your status.
Yeah.
None of that, man.
But also going into that as well, I think it might be the same person one up above, but they're gonna be trying to go to these different cities and stuff. But what?
Yeah,
they're gonna be
down here.
All right, so next verse.
It's in our 15.
That's a spirit.
Right,
That's a spirit.
Same thing, man. It's gonna be these cities gonna be quarantined off, man.
Yep.
All right, that's why they preparing with these so-called diseases and different things like that, just basically to enact martial law.
Yep.
Oh, we got a measles outbreak here in Florida, so nobody can leave from Florida to Georgia. Now we gotta do this, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we didn't close the door, you know, like they said back in the day in the streets. You know, we don't go over there and lock the door, turn the lights off, and we let you get busy. You know, that's pretty much what you got to look forward to. This is why they're having all these different diseases, man-made diseases coming out, just so they can come out with a so-called quarantine situation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we had an outbreak of Ebola. You know, and then you got all these people that's all scared and stuff like, oh, well, we don't want people, you know, get on these airplanes, go from place to place, so nobody leaves out of Florida, you know? Then all of us, you know, you see that in that Batman movie, you know? It was like, oh, we have to quarantine off, you know, Gotham City, whatever, whatnot, but then it became what? A killing zone, man. Right? It was prime right for the purge, but basically what we reading it right here.
Hey, it's easy to quarantine Florida. It's just a peninsula, you know?
Hey, and Esau is the one coming up with it and pushing this shit, but it's gonna come a time where the Most High gonna take control of it, and Esau's gonna be like, damn, I didn't put this shit out there. Esau, you know, that's when, you know, the Most High gonna fuck his head up, like, yo, it's out of your hands now. You know, I'm orchestrating this shit now. You know what I mean?
Damn, boy, that's gonna be beautiful. That's gonna be beautiful.
So read it again. It says, so that one man shall desire to see another and hear his voice, for a city shall be left 10, and for of a city rather, there shall be 10 left, and 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rock. And going into that too, yeah, you're gonna have people basically going crazy, going mad out here. You know, they may have been out here for 10 days, a few weeks, ain't see another human being. You know, thinking about their family, thinking about their children, don't know where the hell they at. You know, thinking the worst.
Right. They said they're hiding in the clefts of the rocks. They talk about these buildings, abandoned buildings. And you can literally in the mountains.
Where you at? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because you might be somewhere in the Appalachian area. We don't have that. Yeah, you know, up there in Tennessee and shit. Yeah, you got motherfuckers hiding up there.
And then at least they're gonna have the military bases to hide them. You know,
they already built. 4 of us. Oh, right there. Well, we can stop right there. Get that back in 2nd Ezra.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. And the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to enter a city and shall not be able.
Why? Why is a man going to desire to want to go into a city and not be able? Because, yeah, exactly, like Brother just said, man, because his family might be there, but he can't go in because the city's sealed off, man. You got martial law troops on the exit 275, man. Right? They got military troops guarding the U.S. Highway 41, man.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to go into a city to go find your loved ones. Or maybe you might be trying to go into the next city because you see that it's nothing but death and yours. You're not going to be able to leave, man. You're not going to go into another city.
And it's a real example of that, September 11th, man. All right, you know, I got a lot of family that live up there, and I remember, like, the day that this shit happened, my mom was able to get on an airplane and fly up there, but then she got stuck up there for like 3 months, man. They stopped all the airplanes from going in and out of there for, you know, I believe it was like a month or 2 months. You couldn't fly in or out. All right, and the people that was down there in Manhattan, you know, because like a lot of my relatives, they don't actually live right where the tower was on, so they have to commute into the city. You know, if you was in the city, you was stuck in the city. You know what I'm saying? Even though after the attacks happened, you're like, yo ass ain't getting on these subways because we don't know there's another terrorist attack going on. You can't leave. You can't go home. And if you was at home, you trying to go to the city to find your relatives, your loved ones, you can't go to see them. All right? The cell phone towers and things was down. So what? You basically a sitting duck. You don't know what's really going on in these times. All right?
Read that verse 17 again.
2nd Ezra 15 and 17. And the course of their action, 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because their pride cities shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and their men shall be afraid.
Sure. Because of why? Why are these things going to happen? Because of your pride. That's why the cities are going to be troubled. That's why the men are going to be afraid. These so-called tough guys nowadays, man. Y'all going to be travailing like a woman in that day, man. All right? You women are going to be in even more distress because your man that you thought was going to be protecting you is going to be in the corner in a fetal position, man. All right?
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
And they show that in all these apocalyptic movies, man. Jake or bandit Edomites with shotguns blow out your doorknob, and they coming in your house to find some canned goods, man. And if they so happen to find you and your women, they're gonna kill the man and try to take the woman, man.
Yep.
It's gonna revert back to the old days.
Yep, that's right.
You know.
Hey, if I may add, the scripture say, "Woman shall be as for spoiled."
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, because remember in the 300 movie, when the fat dude came on riding on that shit, and he said, and he got his arm cut off. He said, "We are free men. You're dealing with free men." He said, "Ha, you're slaves." So, you know, he said, "Slaves, your women will be slaves. Your children will be slaves. For you will be a corpse."
Cassie Cages, he says,
because that's what you do. You get the women and children, and you kill the men.
Yes, I swear.
Because of the black and red, it's for great tribulation.
So your next door neighbor that you thought was cool with you, he's gonna break into your house, man, for that food, man. You know, he's gonna break in there for the few cans of Goya beans that you might have, man. You know.
Behold, said Yahawah, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reserve me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them.
Hey, I was gonna say that's pretty much going like into the purge, man. You got like the purge, that Bird Box situation going on, man. Just all out chaos and hell going on, man. Like in that movie Bird Box, they were trying to, I think it was Bird Box, they were trying to go to the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? They had Charlie or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, people, you know, I think they had the people was infected on the other side, but you know, it's a representation of these people that's bugged out of their mind trying to, you know, get whatever, you know. The grocery store was the loot spot because that was the food in the time of necessity. But what? They had to sit there and hold it down like it was a military base. So you have everyday regular ass people who don't know Jim from Joe, but this motherfucker got a shotgun so I can use him, and he need a place to stay. I got the place to stay. We're gonna band together, and then what? We're gonna go run through the grocery store, man. Yep. All right, but that's what you got going on now because of why? A lack of bread, you know, famine and all these different things going on. All right. All that damn party going on, but hey, you see that's just going right into what we're going into because the victuals and all these different things being cheap, man. Hey, it's like in the days of Noah, man. They're eating and drinking and partying. They over here on the ship. Yeah, but they want to get on that ship, but in that day they don't want to get into the spiritual ship, man.
Well, they don't want to. They don't want to.
They gonna want to.
Yeah. See steak.
Like I said, do yet this day unto my chosen. So I will do also the recompense and their blossom. Thus said the Lord God.
God, man, that's what the Lord is going to do.
That's why he's so
the Lord's going to recompense these people,
He's a king.
for all their wickedness, man. All right, that's why Revelation chapter 18 says the wickedness has reached the sins of this kingdom have reached the heavens, man.
Kodo
Right?
comes.
Yeah, the sinful kingdom, man. This place is just nothing but
that's heavy.
Covered in sin, man. You can't pronounce America, or you can't think about America without thinking about some wicked shit, man.
They
got a place called Sin City.
I'm not gonna do a video on
the capital of Sin City, man.
Title given to
I'm looking at the same. Oh, okay.
My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth.
So all this judgment is coming for you sinners and you people that shed blood upon the earth. Which the main one was Esau. Man.
That's right.
All right, Esau established this land off the bloodshed of America. I seen some outlandish shit today, man. Pissed me off, man. I was driving down to Tampa, and I seen a sign talking about that this country was built off the guns, sweat, and something, and it said that let's keep some bullshit about making America great, but talking about how America was proudly made from the sweat, the guns, and something else. But what was that sword and that destruction that you guys used? How was this country built, man? You're right, because it was made off the guns, but it was made to kill who? The Native Americans, man.
All right, the indigenous people that were here already, which were Israelites, man, of the tribe of Gad, of the tribe of Reuben. When you go to the West Indies, the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Ephraim, Manasseh, all right, Asher down in the in South America, Naphtali, all right, Zebulon, okay, Issachar, all these places that were established were all established by the killings of our people, man. All right, and because of that, you damn devils, you got to pay for that, man. That's why the Lord is bringing this recompense upon these people.
Real quick, speaking on, because today's the 4th, so you go tomorrow. That shit, they think they don't even know what they celebrate. That ain't the independence of Mexico. Independence of Mexico is in September. So that was that. They celebrate that going back to the French trying to take over Mexico City. That's what that's about. It had nothing to do with Mexican independence.
Those were Edomites there in there, man. You know, because you go to a lot of those elites, those higher ups in Mexico, man. Those are all Edomites, man. Or going back to the Spaniards, man, which is still Edomites. Go ahead,
Khan, just to back you up, because you said the so-called white man, he has to pay. And that's why that devil came up here earlier saying, what if you guys wrong? Because Esau don't want to pay for all the iniquity, the blood that's on his hands. So this is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood. Yeah, that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. All right, so the so-called white man, he has to pay for all the blood and atrocities that he had brought on the soils of America, man, because this was the land of the natives, man. All right, and he don't want to pay for that. That's why he see men rising up on the four corners, you know, the southern and the northern kingdom, the two sticks, you know, making one. And he's like, yo, you guys is wrong, man. God loves everybody. But when you go into the scriptures, you go into the scripture, it condemns them, you know. That's right.
Read that. Have me read that again. That last one. Last verse.
22?
Yep.
My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth.
Right. Yeah, so the sinners and those that shed innocent blood, talking about the wicked, whether it be of our people or whether it be the actual wicked.
They don't even feel that long.
They don't feel that long. All right. The Lord got some special.
Speed it up.
I'll bring this out real quick and then you can get back into that. Book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 9. It says, I'll read 8. It says, such things happened unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold war upon sinners, death, bloodshed, strife, and the sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
That's the spirit of the wicked.
Right? That's why all these things are going to come, man. All right, that's why these things are coming for you.
That's right, brother. That's right.
Because these people are all out wicked, man. All right. You got men dressing up as women.
Yep.
Women putting on penises. All right, calling themselves men. You got trannies teaching little kids that it's okay to be whatever you want to be, man. That's all wicked, man. All right. You know.
So it says, oh, this is created for this. Well, I'll read it again. It says, death, bloodshed, strife, and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
And that's why now that flood is coming back again, except that flood is coming to be a fire. Because the Lord promised, that's why we have a rainbow.
That's right,
because the Lord gave us the rainbow, promising Noah that he would never flood the earth with water again.
That's right.
But he didn't never say anything about fire.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
Also,
that's
the
right.
flood's come in the way of what? Troops.
Esau
coming like a flood. He's gonna come in like a flood, and he's gonna get all you sinners.
Hey, the book of 2 Peter, it says the heavens that are now are reserved unto the to the day of fire, man.
Peter.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why the book of Revelation refers to this place as a lake of fire. Man. When you think about a lake, it's a body of water.
Yep, that's right.
What do you think? That water, that lake is gonna be that fire, man.
200 million missiles.
You know?
Hey, Joel, in the book of Joel, it says what? In front of it is the Garden of Eden. Behind it is a desolate wilderness, man. You know? Yes.
When you go into that word desolate, man, it means empty, man.
That's right, brother, in the etymology.
It's completely empty of life.
Yep.
We're going to get flushed down the toilet.
That's right, that's right. Yep. Circling the dream.
23. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundation of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled.
Hey, and that's what's coming, man. That fire. All right, them nuclear missiles, man. That's coming upon the earth for what? For a scourging, man. For cleansing, man.
For the wicked.
All right, for the wicked.
That's right.
All right, because what the men of the Lord. All right, we're not trying to be wicked, man. All right, we're trying to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, man. You know, so that's why these things are going to come for the wicked and not the men of the Lord, man. And the rest of the 1/3, those that are trying to serve the Lord to the best of their ability. Everybody else, man, is going to perish.
That's right.
All right, from the plagues of the Lord. All right, ultimately at the end of the day with that fire, man, which is a plague, another plague of the Lord, man. All right, go ahead on.
Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments.
So, man, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. What's sin? The transgression of the law, man. All right, you got the law, you got the statutes, you got the commandments. All right, all this is coming because woe means destruction, man. That's coming for you people that just want to be complete reprobates, man. Turn your back against the Lord and be disgraceful ass niggas, man. The Lord is going to destroy you for that, man. All right, just like a father that might have a kid that just doesn't want to follow by his rules. Guess what, man? I don't care if you're 13 or 14, you getting out of the damn house. See how you do not following under my rules, man. That's what the Lord is going to do to you people, man. All right, that's why all these things, like the brother was reading, sword, destruction, tribulation, scourge, all that is created for you people, man, for the wicked, man.
That's right.
You want to be a disgruntled ass son to the Lord, man? A disgruntled creation of the Lord, man? You gonna back talk the hand that fed you, that created you, man? Well, guess what? Now you're gonna get put to death.
Wait till I call. Wait till I call.
And that's in the law.
Yep.
You know, you got
an unruly child, you take him out and stone his ass. Go ahead, hold on. Get this piece of.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 10. All sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Start up a bit. Start at like 8.
Yep.
Right. Verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahawah are upon the sinful kingdom.
Talking about America, man. And the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, so it sees everything, man. The eyes of the Lord are seeing every little thing that you Edomites have done, man. That you push on our people, man. All right, the Lord sees all those things, man. That's why when the Lord gives us His anger, man, He's gonna reveal to us all the things that Esau has been doing to us, man. All right, how do you think we're gonna get the anger of the Lord on us, man? We're gonna know all the things these damn devils have been doing behind
that
doors,
download, boy.
Because look how pissed off we get at the things that we see Esau doing and that he's done. Imagine the things that we don't know that he's doing, man. We're gonna be irate with these damn devils, man, and with our own people, man, because they want to go along with the joke, man. We're gonna be so.
Hey, Khan, that video you sent, the brothers out there in London, that just brought it back to my remembrance. That brother said, look, he say, we mad, we already mad, but he say, hold on, the Lord. That's why I sent that in the group chat. He say the Lord is scripture say vengeance belongeth unto the Lord, man. YAHAWASHI got to get his cut first. You know, that's why he said, be patient, be still, you know, and know that I'm the power. Once the Lord give us that, once he give us that power, we're going to rise up to the occasion, man. It's just a matter of time, you know. It's a matter of time, you know.
Scripture says,
call law.
How's it go? Shortly it shall come.
That's right. Though it tarry, wait for it. Yep.
There you go.
That's right. All these things must come to pass, man. Spiritual power is a part of the ministry, man. You know, that standard is a part of the ministry, man.
That's why the scripture says, great joy. Two things that I've seen.
Yep.
Or something along those lines. It says that a man seeth the joy of his children, and he seeth the downfall
of his enemy. That's right. Yep. It's a rock. I think that's it.
Hey, that's we're going to be able to see those things, Lord willing. We are those men.
That's right.
You know, we're going to see the downfall of our enemy and the wicked, man. Because
that's right.
2/3 of Israel, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you niggas are our enemies too, man.
That's right, man.
Because if you ain't with us, then you are Antichrist, man. You against the Lord, man. Yep. All right, you don't want because 2/3 of you, man, your hand is joined in hand with the devil, man.
That's right.
All right, so you're against us, man. All right, so that's why we ain't gonna come together with these niggas that are against the doctrine of YAHAWASHI, man. All right, we're gonna do what the Lord said, and if you ain't about that, then you against the Lord, man.
That's right.
All right. Go ahead, Con. Hold on. Let him finish that, and then you get that.
That was a question.
Okay.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
That's why it said a man that seeth the joy of his kids, because we can't do that right now. You got brothers who have kids that can't even enjoy our kids, man. That's a curse. They can't even see them, man. That's a curse. So that's why I said a thing of happy. And then what it said, a man that gets to see his enemy fall, man. And we can't. None of us up here can say that they know how that feels, man. Maybe on a very small level, you might know how Jody down the street, she got jacked up because she messed with you and you put up a curse and you asked the brothers to put up curses. And now she's in the hospital amputated, you know, just walking around like a worm. You know, you might feel good for a little bit, like, yeah, that's right.
Still in hell, though.
Yeah, but you still ain't doing it, man. But when it comes to us, the downfall of these damn devils and us coming up into rulership, man, then you're going to really know what it's like to see the downfall of your enemies.
Right.
For you Israelites out there, you brothers, you sincere brothers out there, man. All right? It's going to be a beautiful thing to see these damn devils at the bottom of our feet, man. Being the basement that they really are, man. The Lord ain't playing with you damn devils, man. The Lord is bringing these plagues back, and you ain't going to escape, man. All right? No, every eye shall see, man, and no one's going to be able to escape the judges that are the judgment of the Lord, man.
That's right.
All right?
Verse 8 again, Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahawah are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Plain and simple, man. The Lord is going to destroy the sinful kingdom from off the face of the earth. How is he going to do that? Via nuclear missiles, via his chariots, man. All right? And that sinful kingdom is talking about America.
That's right.
All right? This place is going to be utterly destroyed, man. Because why? Because the Lord is sick and tired of this wickedness, man. All right? Go ahead, Art.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
And that house of Jacob is talking about the elect, the 1/3 in the elect, man. All right? We're going to be the ones that get delivered, man. All right? We're gonna get on what's that group that we're gonna be in the champagne room, man. Okay. We're gonna be the ones sipping and toasting while you people are in a pitiful state, man.
YAHAWASHI said that. I will not drink
until I come back.
I got a quick one, real quick. Revelations 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for YAHAWASHI have avenged you on her.
God, man. Rejoice, man.
That's right.
Because the Lord has revenged us on her, man.
That's right.
The Lord is going to avenge us, man. We just got to continue to endure, all right? The Lord is going to avenge us, brothers.
Luke 18.
Right. All right? This fucking hellhole, man, ain't going to last much longer, man.
That's right, brother.
These tribulations that we go through every day, man, this bullshit, man, having to deal with these unruly-ass women, having to deal with these damn pedophiles, these damn devils, man, these pale-faced rednecks, man. We ain't going to have to endure this no more, man. The Lord is going to avenge us, man. All we got to do is keep doing the work of the Lord, man, in truth and sincerity, man. All right? Not with no damn guile like you think you fooling somebody, man. All right?
He says it will utterly destroy it off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
Hey, and the Lord is doing that, man. That's currently in effect right now, man.
That's right, brother.
The Lord is sifting the house of Israel, man. Because you got people that are calling on the Lord, and the Lord talked about that, man. There shall be some that say, Lord, Lord, but they're not gonna get saved, man. You know why? Because they're faking the funk, man. They crept in unawares. They thought that they was gonna come up in this thing, and it was just gonna be a cruise along, man, a ride along, man. No, man. You got to get out there and put in the damn work, man. You got to come out here and be sincere. Ultimately, you got to be chosen of YAHAWASHI. Because if you weren't chosen, you ain't going to be saved, man. I don't care how many Saturdays you go out to. I don't care how many videos you've done. If you ain't been chosen by YAHAWASHI, then you out of here, man.
That's right.
And the Lord is going to reveal it.
Yeah, people trying to come here with no garment on and shit, man. Yeah. Or wearing a damn
the wrong attire.
Got a towel on. Got a towel on.
Yeah.
A terry cloth towel on.
Jeans.
Front of the jeans.
Yeah, he had the local Walmart. Come on, man.
They ain't getting
Oh, yeah, you seen that shit? In the Walmart.
As corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Not the least grain shall fall upon the earth, man. All right? Because the elect is going to still get delivered, man. The elect is going to come out of this sifting, man. Because that sifting, what? It's a tumult, man. You got to get a grate, and you just sifting, man. You sifting what you want, and you're gonna keep what you want at the top, and everything else is gonna fall down,
It's
man.
a violent act.
You know, you do that in elementary school when they take you on field trips to the beach, and you looking for she shells and shit,
And
man.
you do that with gold.
Yeah, with gold, man. And all that shaking around, man. Guess what? Those that are still gonna be chosen are still being shooken up as well, man. So we're gonna those are not, the least grain shall not fall on the ground, man. Everything else is gonna be out of here, man. It's gonna be out of here like a master cleanse, man. Go ahead.
Right. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man. And like, hey, man, the apostles be saying it over and over and over again, man. We can't wait to get our hands on you fucking 2/3 ass niggas, man. You 2/3 ass niggas, man. The Lord is coming for you people, man. Hey, we gonna, like the apostles always say, man, year in, year out, man. We can't wait. We gonna be jumping over Edomites to get to you niggas, man. All right, you coon ass, Uncle Tom ass niggas out there, man.
Bootlickers.
Yeah, man. Bootlickers. Talking about that the Israelites under so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. That YAHAWASHI is a so-called pale-faced devil, man.
Bald head ass.
Come on, man. See, in that day, the Lord is gonna. Hey, man, this what we're reading, love. This destruction that's coming is for niggas like that, man. All right, go ahead, Doc.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
And that tabernacle of David is talking about the elect, man.
That's right, bro.
All right, the house of David, by YAHAWAH. Okay, the Lord is raising this up, man. The scripture says that we're a lively stone, man. All right, we're building the kingdom up as we speak right here.
That's
man.
right.
All these people that walk by it have seen a piece of heaven being built.
That's right, brother. That's right.
All right, but what people sit here and they misuse the prophets, man. Like we ain't worth nothing, man. But here it is, the kingdom of heaven is being established before your very eyes, man. But see, that's the beauty of having this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to understand that we are a part of those living stones, man. And that's why when you're in this truth, man, we gotta appreciate what we have, because the Lord could have made us one of these ungrateful ass niggas out here, man. All right, you gotta appreciate this, man, because if not, this day of wrath is coming for your ass, man. All right. Go ahead, no, that was it on that. Get back on that. 24.
Most of them that sin and keep not. The second Ezra, chapter 15, 24. This is second Ezra, chapter 15 and 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord.
Yep.
I will not spare them.
I will not spare them, man. You ain't gonna be spared, man. The Lord don't have a respect to persons when it comes to judgment. All right? And he's going to put it in his men to not have that respect to persons either. When he gives us, brother, you can get in Jeremiah 16 and 16 real quick.
Ezekiel 9, he says, spare not, have no pity on them.
Yep. You know? Read that again.
This is second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary.
And that's what the Lord's going to do. Read that, us.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 17. For mine eyes are upon all their ways, they are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have. You said 16 and 16. Oh, you wanted? I'll give you the skip that. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. All right. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many altars.
And that's how the Lord is going to not spare you people, man. All right? Because if you don't understand that the Lord don't have to do nothing, man. The scripture in Amos 3:7 says, the Lord truly doeth nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
That's right.
So the Lord, all he's got to do is open his mouth and it's going to be done, man. Yep. And the Lord said that 2/3 of you are going to get put to death. Through who? The hands of the men of the Lord, man. That are out here fishing right now, who are going to become hunters.
about our people getting put to death, that's 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come, and the judgment must begin first at the house of the Most High. Yeah, people need to start getting judged.
Come.
I was gonna say, if you want to go compare that with that, you can go 3. That's what
he had quoted it. But
no, I was gonna say from verse 4 to verse 5, you got the separation, So and the others go ahead and go slay him. So if you want, I actually got that after.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah.
And it goes to that too, because it says Jerusalem. Go to the midst of Jerusalem.
Oh yeah, come.
It says, and I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rock. That's talking about the hunters, which are right now they're fishers. Okay, they're fishermen right now, which is typically you would consider it a peaceful sport or activity. But the Lord's going to make those same fishermen, the ones you see out there, the highways and byways fishing for the elect, He's going to make those same men hunters. Okay? And he's going to hunt them, the wicked, out of every dung hole, every mountain, wherever you might be hiding. The elect is going to come there. They're going to come and get you through the spirit of YAHAWASHI.
Go ahead, Dawud.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 9. I'm going to read verse 4 and 5. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry.
And that mark is that Tawah, which is the mark of exemption.
That's
from
right.
What? The judgment.
That's right.
Hey, that's exactly what we're going into, all right? It says, and set a mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Verse 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you any pity.
It said, have no pity, man. So we ain't gonna care if you're a little Timmy at 5 years old, right? We ain't gonna care if you're 93 years old. We ain't gonna have no pity, and we're not, like the Lord said, He shall not spare. All right. It said, I will not spare them. All right. The Lord told us we're not gonna be those that are not gonna be doing the sparing is us, man.
That's right.
And the angels.
Yeah, don't hold back.
Hey, if I may add, because the time we're coming into, when we talk about spiritual power, that's going to come by the Heavenly Father putting that spirit on us, man. Once that spirit come on us, it's no more us no more, bro. We won't be possessed.
We already got it.
Yeah,
we gotta turn it up.
That's right. That's right. Because it say renew. They shall renew their strength. That strength is already out. Strength is the wisdom. We already have that. But the Lord is going to amplify that, man. And once that get amplified, it's no more us. It's no more on the corners talking to you fishing. All right, we're gonna be out here hunting, man.
That was exactly what I wanted to say. Just want to bring that there precept all the way around back. You know, I'm talking about the fishers into the hunters.
Yeah.
All right,
Go get the rest of it with who they gonna select.
all right, just going back to the precept the brother brought out, talking
Clean.
about sending out the fishers and they out there fishing them. That's what we out here doing. All right, we fishing, signing and crying on the highways and the byways. All right, but then they were gonna be turned to hunters. All right, so let me just read verse 5 again. It says, and to the other, Ezekiel 9 and 5, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you any pity. Slay ye utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
That's right.
And they began at my sanctuary, then they began at the ancient men who was before the house.
That's us.
They began at the sanctuary, which is what? The house of
Israelites. That's right.
To the brother Michael quoted. And if you could skip on down to verse 9 real quick, you still got it. And see why.
This is Ezekiel 9 and 9. Then he said unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceedingly great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness, where they say, Yahweh has forsaken the earth, and Yahweh seeth not.
Yeah, y'all wicked, man. You wicked niggas, bro. So the Lord's gonna say, you know what? Got something for you, man. Y'all don't want to get this. You don't want to get this now while we fishing, being peaceful with you. You don't want to get this now. All right, we're gonna turn those same fishermen, those peaceful fishermen, into hunters. Because right now this is peaceful, as loud as it may be. This is peaceful. They're gonna turn those same men into hunters, and they're gonna drag you out of your punk ass house and rip your head off.
That's right.
And your daughter. Hey, let me just go ahead and finish these last two verses because it's going right into it. It says, and as for me, my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done all that thou hast commanded me.
See? So, hey, like the Lord said, man, His word shall not return unto Him void.
That's
man.
right, bro.
Everything that's been written in this book is gonna be fulfilled, man.
As it is written, so shall it be done.
There's not no one angel or one man of the Lord that when we go up to be with the Lord, man, they're gonna say, hey, well, you couldn't do this because this happened, man.
Hell no.
No, man, it's all gonna be fulfilled, man. All right, and read this and we'll close out on this.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivered he them into death and destruction.
Man, and that's what the Lord said. He knows them all that sin against Him, man. He knows every single last one of you, and He's gonna bring it out, man. All that's done in the darkness shall come to the light, man. All right, go ahead. One more, read that last one.
For now all the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For God shall not deliver you.
Hey, you're not going to be delivered, man. All these plagues are going to come, and you're going to stay in them,
That's
man.
right.
The Lord is not going to deliver you, stupid ass niggas, man. He tried to tell you the doors of repentance are still open. We're trying to give it to you, but guess what? Amos 8 and 11, man. Famine of the words coming real soon.
That's right.
Because ye have sinned against him.
Because you have sinned against Him. And again, sin is the transgression of the law, man. So with that, we want to give all the praises and glory unto
YAHAWAH, BASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BASHIM, RUKHA QUDASH.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and much blessing and salutation to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth, man. Shalom.
Shalom.